106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Welcome to the Goddamn Podcast with Drew and TJ. Let's get this goddamn thing started.
You're goddamn right.
You are goddamn.
Oh, fuck yeah. How you guys doing this wonderful Tuesday evening?
They're doing better now.
Oh, yeah. Goddamn right.
That's for damn sure.
All right, so let's get some announcements out of the way so we can get into some good content and conversations here. Next in line to win a prize, we're going down the list of supporters. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that after I let you know it's Lock On Stratos.
Congrats.
Congrats, sir. And I will be sending you and everyone will end up getting something, even international. Don't be afraid to, include your address if you're international. I have something set up just for international supporters. Speaking of the support, if you have been watching for a while or you're iffy on supporting us, you really, for $5, you really support the show a lot, and you get access for $5 or more to our patron-only show. But our Patreon took a little bit of a hit. I don't want to, I don't know if they are, cool with discussing. I'll just say it took a little bit of a hit, and we're actually dangerously close on Patreon to not even to being below the goal for doing patron shows. But I mean, if you add in Subscribestar or whatever, we're still pretty safe. But if you've been teetering about support, now would be a great fucking time. We could use it.
All you teeterers out there.
All you teeterers. I mean, for $5, you not only get access to all the upcoming patron shows, but you get access to all the old ones too, which is a pretty fucking good deal. How many have we done? Like 95 of them?
Yeah, something like that.
That's a lot of fucking content to be watched there. And they're, for the most part, just like these shows. We've done a couple of movies in the past few months, which were actually a lot of fun. So please do check it out. Something for everybody. Cool perks, including the extra shows. And if you don't like Patreon, subscribestar.com/goddamn works just fine. And if you don't like either of those, you can use Streamlabs, and we are happy to take those as well. Streamlabs is open and will be for the rest of the show, so feel free to use it and jump in there. Support the podcast. Yeah, and speaking of patron shows, we haven't decided when we're going to do one yet this month. We usually wait and then cram it in somewhere that works for both of us towards the end of the month. So look forward to that. And pay attention to your messages on Subscribestar or Patreon, however you support us.
Cool. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm muting.
I mean,
I'm muting right now because I'm grabbing a bunch of these links that I see you sent here.
Yeah, I'm sorry to have to do like the shameless self-promotion, but we kind of need it right now. And I believe if you become a patron, Streamlabs should show that as well. So you'll get direct recognition if it happens here during the show.
Patrick Brady said, Drew, you need to get a new mic. We had some issues, I guess, in the past couple of shows. But, dude, I've recorded a bunch of things on my own without changing anything, and none of them come out as having a problem. So it's making me wonder if maybe it's a Streamlab thing.
Or XSplit.
Yeah, and also he said I need to get a new mic. I was muted that whole time. So, I don't know. If y'all hear it again, let me know, because I'm obviously, like, a horrible noise we can't hear it obviously, but if you can, I understand a horrible noise will really make you not want to like tune in and listen and stuff. And
Absolutely.
we're spitting gold over here. Okay.
Yeah. You want to. I can kind of hear when after you're done talking. There's like a high pitched little. Ee.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, I can hear it after every time you're done talking. I can hear it.
Yeah, I hear it too. It's not anything
It's
bad.
not like it's not super noticeable, but
What I mean, does it sound like feedback?
A little bit.
Yeah. It sounds almost like you're maybe a setting on your mixer.
Nice. It worked.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chris.
Pitch.
I really, we all really appreciate the sport. I mean,
We do.
Drew and I more than Dark Matter because Dark Matter makes enough money. But yeah, we really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the patron shows and all that shit. Should keep you entertained for quite some time.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I had an idea for what we could watch.
Also, let me know if my audio is off because I cleaned my mixer and I'm sure I hit some knobs. So.
God damn it! I'm trying to remember the name of it. Fuck! I had heard about this and it's so old. It's that super racist movie that Woodrow Wilson showed in the White House with Birth of a Nation. Is that it?
Oh wow.
People are saying what the noise after you're done talking is, and Philly's like, it's like a bad TV signal. Dramatic says sounds like a distant dental drill. Chris says it sounds like if I had tinnitus.
Tinnitus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally is, man. Oh yeah, you need to. Is it like peaking somewhere? Like I can hear it after you click your mouse. It's not. It's something you're. It's like a ringing. Well, you know what? We'll splurge the $30 or whatever it is. What do you use? I use a Shure mic. It's like just a straight up vocal.
I mean, I have other mics that I could use. I think they're all at where we have our jam space. But like by next week, I could have one. Is it bad enough to get through this?
I mean, if you don't have any other options, we don't really have a choice. I don't want you to mess with too much stuff, but
yeah. Well, and the thing is, I haven't changed anything. So
yeah, it's really strange when shit like that starts happening. But it's not a one-off. You know what I mean? It's obviously. Anyway, we'll look into fixing it. We apologize that you kind of have to listen to that, but we'll make it worth it for you. All right.
So, anyways, like I was saying, Birth of a Nation. Movie to watch. The one where it's like, is it supposed to be like pro Klan?
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, don't make me watch that shit.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be like old and it's fair use, and it's just like Woodrow Wilson had like a showing at the White House.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's like
there's shit that doesn't age well, and I often think about what they'll look, like 100 years from now when they look back on us, and that they'll be like, look at how primitive these motherfuckers were, or and then like if 500 years, if the fucking species makes it that far, but 500 years from now, like they'll look back on us like, oh my good, like as if we had sticks
I look
in
at the way we are now and think that, TJ.
Well, okay.
I look at the president and he's bragging about how great he is and that his face should be on Mount Rushmore and shit. And
oh Jesus! Don't even get me started on that shit. The statement he made when Biden announced that it was Kamala Harris that he's gonna run with. So when the announcement was made, Trump made an announcement, and it was like insert whoever the fuck Biden was gonna pick.
Yeah,
it's Biden's pick of, and he inserts because he had this ready to go no matter who the fucking pick was going to be. Kamala Harris proves he is an empty vessel of the extreme left,
Oh my god.
Or I'm sitting there thinking
So
to myself,
stupid.
like the projection is pretty fucking strong. Because talking about empty vessels,
Yeah.
if anyone is a fucking empty vessel, it is Trump. Even
I
if you
saw-
convince me that this is all like some act, I mean it is an act, but like that he's smarter behind the scenes, he's still like like ridiculous. Oh, it's so bad. Have you
do you
seen
think about-
the Centaur Trump pictures?
Oh,
Look up
What do you-
Centaur Trump, Drew, while Dark Matter talks, so we can.
I'll all right. Remind me of that the thing is there's a few links that you sent where it's the same link with different titles.
Oh shit!
There's a couple of those.
sweet.
Yeah.
You're the man,
nice.
Tony. Tony's a
Fuck
Destroyer
yeah.
666 fan. Well done, sir.
Thank you, Tony. We really appreciate that, man.
So, just so you know, I won't be able to grab a couple of those. Was it Trump Centaur?
Yeah. Just something funny to look at while Dark Matter talks.
I was just going to ask what you think about Biden's pick of Harris.
Well, okay, so I don't like how he was like, I'm going to pick a woman.
Right.
I see the appeal for some people, but that shit, that like first black president, first woman president, all that, sure, it's historic, but I would rather it be because they're the best candidate and not because, they haven't been represented well in the past. Mind you, it's been like forever since, it's a historic pick, and if they're elected, it'll be historic. It'll really be historic because it'll be the first black woman president somewhere in that term when Biden kicks it. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Carve that into Mount Rushmore.
I had saw a poll actually earlier today where it was from the Hill, and now I don't know how many people they polled, but it was half of the Democrats that were polled don't expect Biden to make it through the first 4 years.
Well, let me tell you why the pick was smart with her. So she's well spoken, and he needs that. He can't have like a double Gaffe ticket. So that's good. And then she also did incredibly well with fundraising, which that's going to help them now that So he's going to be be getting that help. And then what's the final point? Damn it. Oh shit! There was one more. Damn it! I'm a little bit stoned. And by the way, this is not at all what I was talking about. It's about the way Trump stands.
Oh yeah,
and
because
they drew the horse behind him, and it looks like a fucking centaur.
Actually, let me see if I can send you this.
Oh, and I remember now. It's she really helped when the way he fucking that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
he looks like he's trying to do a Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's very
person. Like they say it's like something to do with frontal lobe dementia or some shit when you have an awkward gait like this, and when you go through the symptoms you're like because a lot of them fucking match, but I'm no fucking doctor. But she really secured the nomination for Biden when she endorsed him, and that's like kind of when he came back and beat Bernie.
Yeah, wasn't
so it's kind of like a.
I'm trying to remember when she did it. Did she do it at the same time like all those other people did, or because she was out pretty early? Tulsi, yeah, somebody had said in the chat, Tulsi ended her in the running because she was doing good in the polls until Tulsi went on and on about how she kept people in jail to use them as slave labor for the state of California and like mass incarceration for drugs and all that kind of stuff. Which, by the way, was another reason I thought I did a video on it just a little bit ago, and that's another thing that I thought was kind of strange is because normally when they choose their vice president, they choose somebody that has some kind of a strength that they're kind of lacking in, because everybody has like their spots where they're not, or where they can see like a big weakness being there. And I was kind of surprised Biden went with somebody with that sort of like record as a prosecutor. because Biden obviously is doing a lot of damage control for the '94 crime bill and all that. So
Sure.
Right.
I was surprised on
Well,
that.
she does have a lot of things he's lacking. Black skin, a vagina,
Yeah.
youth,
Yeah.
the ability to freaking, speak coherent sentences.
Yeah.
Um,
There's definitely that.
Drew, I sent you a picture that I did of Trump for my next cartoon where he has to be standing, in the Oval Office. I sent it on Skype.
Okay. Yeah.
I can see
Let
it.
me
He's
see if I
not
can get
nearly
to load
fat
up.
enough.
Okay. There we go.
I got to make him fatter, huh?
For some reason,
way
when
fatter.
for some reason when I get Skype, when y'all send me Skype pictures, they take forever to load compared to everything else.
Way fatter. Are you shitting me? His tie never has like it's always like
the opposite.
oh,
bend.
dude, bring up, give him some reference. Bring up the Trump tennis picture,
Oh yeah, where he's wearing all the white.
dude. Here's some.
I tend to make all my characters on the skinny side. People said the same thing about my cartoon with Amazing Atheist.
Well, if it was like, I can understand that. But if it was like Josh Feuerstein, would you make him fucking skinny? Look at this.
Thick.
Look at this, bro.
I don't want to look at that.
You've been served. Ace it. Ace it, Trump.
The
Those tidy
photo
whities
shots.
underneath their fucking. Jesus.
Chris
Oh,
Christie
yeah.
in the background.
Dude.
I don't know.
The fat boys are back.
This is a rap video. Cause
And you can know they can never be whacked. It's the sound they make when they see a fucking ham sandwich. Mama Cass got nothing on them bad boys.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, but then again, I think some of that stuff, because he'd said that it was going to be a woman, which I agree is retarded. The thing is, like, dude, if you're going to pick a woman, don't tell everybody like I'm just going to. Yeah, it's going to be a lady. Like that's what makes
it's such a
dude.
it's
so,
such a weird thing.
It's so,
to announce it way ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then so you've already cut your options. Like if some awesome guy comes along, I already fucking said it was going to be a girl, so now I have to do that shit.
yeah,
Like I get it. It's shit should have been happening a long time ago. And it hasn't happened, and people are impatient. But don't let your fucking impatience, you know what I mean? Like, don't be so impatient for the fucking PS5 that you go buy a knockoff.
Yeah, well, the thing that's pretty crazy about that, and there's specifics to just Kamala, but there's also bipartisan. Most people don't like that. Most people don't like the idea that you're going to choose somebody based on something silly. But most people see that as a silly thing. I think most people agree with my stance on that, which I think is you guys too. Is just like, dude, if you're going to pick somebody that's good. And if you are planning on choosing a woman, just don't tell everybody it's going to be a woman. Just say, hey, look, I found the best person to be my running mate, and it happens to be this woman.
yeah.
It's like that shit where the people that request there be the same amount of
equal cabinet members, 50-50.
Well, yeah, or like professors at a university.
Yeah.
Do not tell me that it's a good idea to put the 10th pick in the position rather than the first pick simply because the 10th pick was the first, minority or whatever. Like that, that's not doing, I don't know. It's especially for like, positions of fucking education and shit.
The problem with one of the big problems with announcing it, that it's going to be a woman or it's going to be a black person before you decide who it's going to be, is that also hurts the person you pick, because then people think, oh, you just got picked because you're a woman, or you just got picked because you're a black person.
Yeah,
it's literally a political ploy.
Yeah, dude, imagine like you want to talk about like what goes down in history. The first woman president or the first black woman president or both or whatever was a diversity hire. Like that's what goes down. It's like, well, they just got in because the other guy was really old and he died.
It's funny because like after he made the announcement, like all the black woman like politicians started getting real excited. Like Val Demings here in this area was like real excited. I'm like, Jesus, it's you're being used like for votes. It's
so like it's
still not a bad pick,
dude. And for most people, it's obvious. Well, I mean, I think it's a bad pick. I was under the impression most progressives thought it was a bad pick.
No. I mean, like not a bad pick. Not a bad pick for fucking Biden is what I mean. Like he could have done worse for sure. So
well, I expected once he said it was that, and once his list came down to Kamala Harris and Susan Rice and was it Karen Bass, that crazy lady? Once it came down between like those were the 3 top picks, it was like, oh, this is going to be bad. Like no matter what way you slice it, I thought he was going to try to go with somebody that could have pulled in more of like the Bernie voters because they need that. There's too much of that for the Democrats. There's too much of that like progressive side nowadays.
Yeah, but they count on getting the vote because they're like, hey man, we're way to the left of the Republicans, so. You don't want them to win, right? Yeah, but lesser of two evils, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, in 2016, a lot of those people didn't do that. A lot of those people even went for Trump.
But we're talking about the Democratic Party, who learns fucking nothing, and time again. And so I don't know. I wouldn't. Nothing like surprises me anymore.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what though. I just want to see those people that like type nothing, but like Trump 2020. Trump 2020, like that's all. I just want to see them, cry a tear. I cannot wait until it's all blamed on the fraud of mail-in voting and blah, or the Russians or the Chinese interfered with our election. This is a big scandal. I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna happen. They're gonna flip over fucking night. There's no it's gonna be the lefties saying like, he is your president. Over fucking night. Oh, it's fucking happens every goddamn time.
What are you gonna say if Trump wins though?
I mean, whatever. 4 more years of free fucking content. Yeah. I mean, things will like it'll be pretty fucking bad, I think. But I don't know if it'll be much better with fucking Biden. It's just going. Everything is in such a fucking like disarray that like no. I have not seen any candidate that could like get it. I have confidence could get it going in the right direction. Like I said, this country is a downward spiral, and according to who is elected or who is in certain positions, it might go a little faster or a little slower, but it's always down. And eventually, we won't be able to sustain our ridiculousness. I think ridiculousness.
Philly's got it figured out. We're all going to vote for Kanye and the birthday party 2024.
Bro,
make it happen.
Put prayer back in school, everybody. That'll fix it.
And $1 million for everybody who has a kid.
Bro, I'm going to be rich.
Yeah, I might have me 3 or 4 by 2024.
I mean, they don't tell you about the $500 Kit Kats, but
yeah. But yeah, Dark Matter. What did you think about that? Because, like I said, I was under the impression that progressives saw, or at least like the Bernie side, like those guys don't like Kamala Harris.
No, they don't. I think. All right, so on the right you have a bunch of people who have issues with black people and women, and on the left you have a bunch of people who have issues with cops. And what he did was he picked the one person that both sides could hate equally. So he pretty much did like exact fucking perfect storm candidate that he could have picked, he picked.
So of the other options that were obviously black women, who do you think would have been a better pick?
Even out of the top of his list, I would have thought, just out of those 3, I would have thought Susan Rice would have been a better pick for him. Even though Susan Rice was Obama's national security advisor, so she was there for all the wars and stuff like that. So there's obviously going to be a lot of things I don't like about her. I'm not going to. They all have baggage, but it's like, man, I'm surprised in this time, especially right now when it's all like BLM and like the defund the police shit, that you chose like the
a cop.
Probably like the most hardcore out of all of them as far as like,
But I don't think that like the defund the police thing is like as super prominent federally in any way as
no, it's definitely popular with the left. It's definitely popular.
It's they want police reform.
Yeah.
I mean that's the thing. Police reform. That's a more generalized fucking term, and I think a lot more palatable than defund. Even if defund sounds good, it still sounds like fuck your mother. It's gonna sound bad no matter freaking what your intent is. They got impure blood.
Yeah, I was about to say they're probably mostly Jew or something.
They got some of that Negro blood, and that's why they ain't pure enough, Aryans.
That'll never be.
Hi guys, haven't donated in a while because dollar has been tight during this pandemic. Anyways, DM I recently watched your discussion with Sargon the Skeptic and I could not believe he was literally arguing.
It cut off. He was arguing for more religion. Yeah. I wish I could have talked to him some more about that. I want to be able to. I want to try to change his mind about that.
Is his argument that religion does more good than harm, or something?
Yeah, and he thinks that society's going to hell, and the reason is because we're losing our religion, and that we, and that if we, started becoming more religious, then it would solve a lot of our problems. And I would just really like to try to convince him out of that because I see a lot of influence in his ideas from pretty far conservative thought, and I just strongly disagree. I tried to come up with all kinds of examples that are, that show that that's not the case. Most of the third world is very religious.
Yeah, I mean, because I've listened to a lot of those guys too, because I like a lot of those guys on kind of more on like different topics. But for whatever reason, that's one thing I've learned about the right, because I agree with the right on like so many like economic things. It seems like there always has to be a chunk in there where you got to have religion in some way, and I never really understood that because the argument kind of I think can be summed down to this is something along the lines of that like kind of like your average person. It's almost like a moral guide for dummies where it's just like a quick pocket version of just like, hey, just follow these rules, things tend to be all right. That's kind of the gist of it that I seem to get from them. But I'm like, dude, what a sad statement about humanity. If you have to have that in order to be like to understand morality and the fact that it's not even morality.
It's the people that are like, if you don't believe in God, why don't you go kill people and do drugs?
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
and they
rob a bank.
They tack fake morals in there, like
to
being against gay people and thinking that
it's outdated shit.
Have to serve a certain role, and
it
is.
It's like a weird. It's a strange, like it's a pseudo morality. It's like a caricature of morality. It's just like that's what I always think of. I think of like the pocket version of something that actually you could make sense. But philosophy and morals and ethics and stuff. It does take a lot to break that down, but it's worth it because otherwise you're just kind of following orders.
Well, a lot of I kind of see it the same way with the argument that like marriage like fixes all kinds of problems, or like kids without a dad or whatever. And I see it the same way as like it's a super generalized statement that really you can't blanket shit like that. There's you can get married and divorced, or be married and have a fucking terrible relationship. The marriage doesn't necessarily solve everything. You can be like me, 14 years with the same person, 3 kids. Not married, like we're just not interested in
but one of the things in your situation, it's been you and the same woman raising, well, your 2 of your kids are like pretty fresh, I guess I would say. So but your oldest one, like the fact that there's been 2 parents in the household that whole time, dude, like, there's a lot of facts and statistics that
do I think that like both parents should be involved? Absolutely. How that translates somehow into some certificate or ceremony or something like all of a sudden fixes all that. That's not how it works. Like the relationship and the parenting has to be good. You can't just say, well, I got a ring, therefore, the kid's going to be okay. That's not how it works.
Yeah,
I was just laughing about Third Eye saying fresh out of the box.
Yeah. Those twins are fresh out of the box, if you know what I mean.
Actually, they were C-sections. All of my kids have been.
Oh.
So,
there you
go.
But yeah, I think the point of that, the big takeaway from that is necessarily
the box is intact, sir.
It's not necessarily like the state license that recognizes your marriage. It's more of like, you have the two parents actually take care and raise the kids. Just statistically, kids, I'm trying to remember what the numbers are, but it's overwhelming.
If the term used was like commitment, I would be like, yeah, that's correct. Because the word marriage used in order to imply commitment, I don't think commitment is good enough. Marriage is not the like, oh well, there you have it, problem solved. They went and got married or some shit at the courthouse.
It's a traditional type thing that people understand. It's a shortcut. But sure. I would like to add though, TJ, that all the rage on YouTube nowadays is the unboxing videos. So if you wanted to do it like what you probably should have, never mind. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yeah.
My girlfriend, Dramatic, says your girlfriend must hate you for the C-sections. I mean, the first one wasn't too bad, but the second one with the twins, obviously, they do their best, but there's going to be a scar there. I don't think that that's because she was freaking pregnant with my twins. This girl is not, anyone that's met her when we were in like DC or whatever, she's not a like big girl, not tall or anything like that. So she's like all belly, and she freaking went, because twins are always delivered a little bit early, but she went damn near full freaking term. And so for like the last month, I felt terrible for her.
Yeah.
It was, it's rough. But she's a trooper, and she's a great freaking mom. I got lucky with that. Thank God I didn't knock up any of the other crazy bitches I've been with.
That's the trick, man. That's the trick.
Yeah, it's rough. Mrs. DM had a C-section too. So for a while, in the beginning, you're taking care of both of them. You're taking care of the kid and the woman. It's rough.
My girlfriend also had a stomach cancer that had to be removed. So, and then it was actually, so that's terrifying news. But then on the good side, they were going to have to like remove a large section of her intestine and her stomach and her gallbladder and all that. But when they got in there, they were able to like localize it better. So they only had to take a little bit of intestine, a little bit of stomach, and they left the gallbladder. So, but because of that one, she's got like, it's an upside down T, like scar on her belly. But I mean, that's a small price to fucking pay to, have delivered 3 kids and gotten rid of a stomach cancer. So
you could convince her to get an upside down J right next to it.
I'm working on it, buddy. I am fucking working on it.
Oh my God.
And then I'm going to make her fucking stand on her head.
That poor woman. Jesus. Yeah, Dark Matter, all your talking has got us 5 dislikes. So we need to...
Holy shit. All right. The content's coming.
It's all my anti-Trump stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, I'm on board with you, but that doesn't... God, I have to explain this to everyone. I got accused of being paid by Soros this week.
Oh, man, can I get a cut of that?
Dude, yeah.
I haven't seen my check yet.
The guy's like, I can tell from looking at your profile you're paid by Soros. And then in the next comment told me that I needed to move out of my mom's basement. I was like, which one is it, you motherfucker? Am I getting paid by Soros and living in my mom's basement? But it was hilarious because he was like, I used to teach middle schoolers smarter than you. But all of his insults were like worse than middle schoolers. It was so fucking. And I went on and I kept fucking with him. He kept like projecting on me about like, he's like, you don't work. I'm like, what? Hey. He's like, and I was like, yeah, I do. And he's like, on your profile it doesn't say where you work. I was like, that's to keep creeps from like you from fucking knowing where I work. Dude, you fucking weirdo.
For real, dude, if you're getting involved in like any sort of like commentary on politics or pretty much anything nowadays, I think you're fucking crazy if you leave like where you work in your info.
Yeah.
Because everybody's trying to get people fired for just like anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was looking for it for crying out loud.
Yeah, well, so what did I do? I went and looked for his, and he's like, his is retired. I was like, oh, the problem is you're not working. And so you're projecting that onto me. And I was like, the irony is my taxes are probably paying into the Social Security that's paying for your fucking internet service right now. You know, while you're not fucking paying shit into it, Grandpa. And then he's like, you sure got a lot of. This is like while the kids are taking a nap. I had this huge back and forth with him. And he's like, you sure got a lot of free time. And I was like, I will be sure to mention this on my podcast. So I'm actually, this is like research for fucking content. Yeah. And he's like, you don't write a podcast or something like that. Like implying that because there's comments, I couldn't use it on a it's text comments. Oh, but let me just tell you, the guy, if I could, I should pull some
Sounds
up.
like
This is a retired fucking like old man that couldn't even insult me worth of shit. It was it was really embarrassing. And he kept calling me a Democrat, no matter how many times I was like, nope, I'm an independent. And then he's, kept calling me little boy. I'm like, well, that goes to show you don't fucking know me. Shit like that. I've got another guy that that has like threatened me a bunch of times, and I think someone reported his fucking comments, because he was gone for a while, and now he's back. And now when he like comments to me, he's like, "When I see you in person, I'm gonna give you a real firm handshake." It's like this undertone threat or whatever. But I'm guessing that any of these people in this group that are like, fuck that guy, I'm gonna kick his ass, if they saw me in public, they would not say shit, because I'm fucking 6'6" and like 270 pounds, and yeah, I don't have to be a fucking like MMA star to fucking kick your ass. All right, content. I sent you some good gifts, and I'll have to go back and resend the links for the other ones. We'll have to use those next week.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing a couple more that Dark Matters sent.
Yeah, sent a shitload of stuff.
Yeah, he did. Oh, we got that badass guy that does like the special tricks to remove the wine glass.
Oh, Philly, you I'm glad that you usually see all the Philly and I are friends on Facebook, so I'm glad you get to see all my comments. But this is on a closed group for my local area. It's a no rules group on top of that, so it's like it used to be, for all the local like rants, raves, and reviews. And since it's no rules, it just got, because there's another one that's heavily regulated, that's super popular, but they kept kicking people out. So those people made a side group with this no rules, and because it's no rules, it's just turned into a complete fucking shit show. I mean, like complete shit show. There's that dude that threatens me all the time. He was talking about how George Floyd was a career criminal and drug addict, and somebody fucking replied like, "Here is your rap." They looked him up, the dude that was saying that. Like, here's your rap sheet. You've been arrested 7 times. You're freaking, marijuana and freaking cocaine and stealing shit and freaking spousal abuse, like all this shit. And you're talking about someone else deserves to be executed on the street because they were quote unquote a career criminal. And then he called that person a stalker. And they're like, dude, so when you look up someone's past, it's research. But when we look up your past, it's stalking. It's fucking, people are ridiculous. Yeah, like a total disconnect.
Kind of a side note on that. There's something new that happened with all that, right? I heard a lot of people talking like the full videos are out or something like that over George.
Yeah, there was the full body cams got leaked, and in my mind, it doesn't change a thing. But apparently, I mean, you can tell who has.
Dude, I don't care if he just like punched a pregnant woman. At that point, when he is like cuffed, subdued, and there's 3 cops there, and they kneeled on his fucking neck for like 9 goddamn minutes.
Yeah, but it's supposedly because there was a lot of speculation when was it Keith Ellison?
By the way, I mean I don't mean that I don't care if he did that. I totally care, and I would want him punished. I don't want him punished by fucking a choke or style execution on the side of the fucking road when he's detained.
Yeah. Well, the thing is because they raised the charge to murder too, and now it's looking like there's no chance of getting that. But the problem with that's going to be there's going to be more riots after they don't get a murder 2 charge.
Why do they always fucking aim for these over the top? Like, this is how Casey Anthony got away with it. They tried to get her on fucking I think it was Murder 1, and that's so fucking difficult to prove, and they didn't even try for like manslaughter or whatever, and the only thing she was fucking convicted of was lying to the police.
Yeah.
Not even child endangerment or abuse or anything like that.
Yeah, well, that's because I haven't seen the full thing. That's just what I'd heard, and what I'd heard from that is going to be like the best that they could probably get would be like some sort of like negligence charges. So
like it starts out where he's just sitting in his car, and right off the bat it starts with the cop pulls out a gun and sticks it to his head without a word. It's like, and starts yelling at him. And obviously his reaction is fear. And it was fear for the rest of the video.
Wait, is that the cop that had worked with him previously?
I don't know.
The one that kneeled on his neck had worked with him previously at a nightclub for like a long time.
Oh, I don't know what their relationship was.
Yeah, well, I heard they used to work security together.
Yeah, they worked security. George Floyd worked inside, and the cop worked outside when he was off duty, like for extra money. And they, I guess, had known each other. Like, not who knows how close they knew each other, but it hadn't been for like a couple months. It had been for a number of years that they had done this at this nightclub.
So he was yelling at Floyd. Well, he had his gun out before he said a word, and he had it pointed at him before he said a word. And then, of course, he started yelling at him, I guess, to get his attention. So I guess that makes it better. So, like, you're sitting in your car and you hear some yelling and you turn and you see a gun pointed in your fucking face. So I guess that's okay now. Let's not be... it's understandable. He should have acted like a complete fucking emotionless robot without the slightest iota of fear. And no, he was scared the whole time. I absolutely understand acting in an irrational, emotional way in that state, especially seeing as how he has been shot before. At least that's what he was saying in the video, that he had been shot.
The cops literally trained to...
They're supposed to de-escalate. They're supposed to, calm things down.
I don't know if I want to watch the whole thing, but...
Yeah, so, this is the body cam stuff. This is what came out on the 11th. It's 10 and a half minutes, but I mean, it is relevant content. I haven't seen it.
It is, but...
Oh, sorry. The driver in there?
Blue Bears.
Which one?
Okay.
By the way, he's not even like trying to make a getaway or whatever.
He's sitting there. And this is all being done on the word of, some other guy.
And it is totally possible to accidentally pass a counterfeit.
Yeah.
Right. And, so you can just tell any cop, hey, this guy gave me a fake 20 or whatever, and the cop's going to stick a gun in your face?
Let me see your hands.
Damn, man.
Stay in the car. Let me see your other hand.
I'm sorry.
Let me see your other hand.
Please,
both hands.
do nothing.
Put your
Right, there goes the gun. Like,
let me see your other hand. Put your hand up there. Put your hand up there. Jesus Christ. Keep your hands on the wheel. Keep your hands on the wheel. Who else is in the car? Put your foot back in.
I'm so sorry. God dang, man. Man, I got shot the same way as I was before.
Okay, well, when I say let me see your hands, you put your hands up.
I'm so sorry, officer.
So, like,
Dang, man.
Put your hands on top of your
he is like a large and strong dude, but like after the initial struggle where he's on the floor and then he's freaking cuffed and then there's fucking
Yeah.
3 cops there,
Yeah.
you can goddamn restrain him without doing the shit.
Yeah,
and that's the point, and that's got to be beyond negligence, man.
Yeah,
That's-
well,
at that point, at that length of time, it's like it's at least be manslaughter.
Yeah, the situation being that he was clearly unconscious for a long time before they even gave him like any notice.
Yeah.
That all this, I'm unfamiliar with all this.
Please, don't shoot me, man.
Step out and face away.
Can you not shoot me, man?
I mean, he did not fully comply right away with some stuff, but he never like swung at the cops or anything like that. Didn't do anything that should warrant them to even have like a vendetta to settle.
Well,
It's just that
he didn't obey perfectly right away, so
Yeah, and that's, I guess, enough. But it's not like he tried to harm them.
Right.
Hey, you come back. Stay in the car. Stop resisting, man. I'm not. Yes, you are.
Got him cuffed.
Stand up.
Against the wall. Yes.
What I doing?
We're figuring out what's going on. Drop the bag.
Figure out what's going on.
What's the problem?
Damn, it ain't us.
We was getting a ride,
I
sir.
just got my phone fixed. It's my,
You can ask
it's my
Adam on
ex
us.
man.
Adam know me.
It's my ex.
Are you good?
He keep coming, get my car.
That's it, man.
Adam, you can ask Mr.
You got
Adam
ID?
about us, sir. You can ask Mr. Adam about me.
Do you have ID?
I'm on 38th and Chicago.
Man.
320 we're code for.
38th and Chicago.
Why do they need these people's ID over a fake 20 that other dude passed?
Oh my God.
because he was like in his vicinity.
Yeah, and also
They were in it. One of them was in his car, I think.
Yeah, I know the guy in the white shirt at least was, but it's also all that shit even goes. We talked about that before. It goes down to states whether or not you have to actually show a license even if you're not driving.
I don't know. That's
All right.
my ex. I don't know.
He's not struggling at all at this point. He's sitting on the ground.
Well, I get that, but still, when officers say get out of the car, is he drunk? Is he on something?
No, he got a thing going on. I'm telling you
What
about
does
the
that mean?
police. We have problems all the time when they come, especially when that man stood that gun like that. It's been one.
What's your first name?
Yeah, I'd have an issue with someone sticking a gun at my head too.
Ouchie,
What
man.
are you on something right now?
No, nothing. You acting erratic. Man,
Let's go.
scared, man.
Let's go.
God, man. Yes. Yes, I was just moving earlier.
Let's go.
Man, what all right, let me calm down now. You're feeling better now.
Keep walking.
Like, okay, now, do me one favor, man.
No, when we get to the car, let's get to the car, man. Come on.
Dang, man. Oh, man.
Dude, this shit is like heart wrenching to watch, knowing that this man dies.
I want to watch that car too, so get him in.
Stand up. Stop falling down. Stand up. Stay on your feet and face the car door.
You get a seat on him?
Please. Please. Can I talk to you, man? I just want to talk to you, man. Please, let me talk to you, please. You ain't listening to nothing we're saying, so we're not going to listen to nothing you're saying.
Can you watch that
They
car?
haven't even verified it's a fake 20 yet. This is all simply because
Listen up, stop.
he didn't put his hands on the wheel fast enough.
I'm not a resistor, man. I'm not. I'm not. You can ask him. They know me here now.
Check that side.
God, man, I'm going to do nothing like that, y'all.
And then people, whatever.
I'm not that kind of guy.
Other side.
It's based on the word of a guy in the store.
Please.
Space away.
Please, man. Don't leave me by myself, man. Please. I'm just claustrophobic. That's it.
Well, you're still going in the car.
Anything sharp on you? I won't do nothing to hurt y'all. No, sir.
Now you looking home or nothing?
Nothing. I don't have nothing. Why y'all doing me like that, Mr. Officer? Please, crack it, doing it for me and stuff, man. I am claustrophobic for real, Mr. Officer.
You got him?
Could you please crack it for me, please?
Yes, I'll
Remember my
crack
name.
it.
Stay with me, man.
I will.
Please stay with me, man. Thank you. God,
Jesus.
Man. I didn't know all this was gonna happen, man. Please, man. I just want my hand, please. I don't want none of y'all, man. Nothing.
You got it? Inside in your pocket real quick on your shirt.
I'm listening. And I understand that people do stuff.
All right, he's good. That's guns, whatever. No, nothing weapons.
Okay.
Grab a seat.
Okay.
I'll roll the windows down, okay?
Please, man. Please don't do that. Take a seat. I'm going in, Mr. Officer. I'm going in. No, you're not. I gotta go in. Take a seat.
Grab a seat, man.
Man, y'all don't believe me, Mr. Officer.
Take a seat.
I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that kind of guy, man.
Take a seat.
Y'all, I'm gonna die in here.
Take a seat.
I'm gonna die, man.
You need to take a seat right now.
And I just had COVID, man. I don't want to go back to that.
Okay, I'll roll the windows down. Hey, listen.
Dang, man.
Listen.
I'm not that kind of guy.
I'll roll the windows down
Please,
as you
man.
pull your legs in, all right? I'll
Y'all
put the air on.
God, look at that. Look at that.
Not even
Look,
listening.
look at it.
We can fix it, but not while you're standing out here.
Okay, man. God, y'all doing me bad, man. Man, I don't want to try to win. I don't want to try to win. I don't want to win. I'm claustrophobic. I'm claustrophobic and I got anxiety. I don't want to do nothing to them.
I'll roll the window down.
Man, I'm scared as fuck, man. When I start breathing, it's going to go off on me, man.
Pull your legs in.
Okay. Let me count to 3. Let me count to 3 and I'm going in.
God, they gave him he gave him warnings about the fucking his breathing and everything.
I get on the ground, anything. I can't stand this shit, man. He know it.
He offers to get on the ground.
If you get in this car, we can talk. I'm claustrophobic. I'm hearing you, but you're not working with me. God, I'm claustrophobic, man.
I'll have your butt over here. I'm going to pull you in.
Get in the car. In the front. Please.
No, you're not getting in the front.
I'm claustrophobic. I was
Get in the car.
Okay, man, okay. I'm not a bad guy, man.
Get in the car.
I'm not a bad guy.
There's just a couple of minutes out of this.
Man, please, please, take a seat. Please, man, please. No, take a seat. I can't choke. I can't breathe, officer. Please. Fine. My wrist, man. Please. I can't take it, man. I'm on the ground.
Get in the squad.
Jesus, I'm gonna lay on the ground.
I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm not going to breathe. I know I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Get my oxygen back. I just had COVID, man. I can't breathe. Please, man. Please listen to me. Do you want to tell? Listen to me. He's under arrest right now for forgery.
All right, I can't watch any more of this shit, man.
Okay. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say there was something. Wasn't there something else that came out for like the actual cause of death? That it wasn't actually the knee.
Not that I know of.
That's what I was hearing too, because I forget what all they said he had in his systems, but he's clearly tripping balls. And that it's something to do, like, I'm trying to remember what the hell it was that I was hearing. I'm not saying that that's what the case was, because obviously I haven't verified that information, but I heard that from a lot of different sources. That it wasn't actually, when they reviewed it again, that actually wasn't the cause of death. Is that true?
I just don't see. I mean, one hell of a fucking coincidence that he just so happened to die while this cop has his
knee on his neck for fucking 9 minutes, and he loses consciousness, and then continues to fucking have air cut off to his fucking brain.
Yeah. Well, like somebody. Well, there's different. I guess.
But he died of a heart attack. You know what I mean?
But I mean, there's different points here. Like I'm trying to understand, like from like the cop's perspective. What exactly were they called for? Were they called because they were told it was counterfeit, or were they told he had a gun? Suspicion of a gun?
Did he had a counterfeit 20?
Yep.
I thought somebody said
20.
I thought somebody said in the chat it was something like they got called that the guy also had a gun. I'm just saying because they do show up and handle that differently. Is why I'm asking. But also, I mean, like somebody said, like the claustrophobic thing, but he was sitting in his car and he was clearly not claustrophobic then. But then
he said he would happily sit in the front seat. He said it was the cop back seat.
Right.
Like that, they. And look, I don't know if you guys have ever been freaking handcuffed in the back of a fucking squad car, but I have. And it is especially for a tall guy like me. It is extremely fucking uncomfortable, hot. You're cuffed, so you can't even like wipe the sweat off your fucking brow with your shoulder. It is unbearable, and it is if for some people, I'm sure it could be fucking traumatic just dealing with that part of it.
I think there's also a part here, like I'm saying, like somebody, I forgot who it was, somebody in the chat was saying like he didn't seem claustrophobic when he was sitting in the front of his car. It's like, well, yeah, that's true, but also at the same time, he started really freaking out when he saw the cops and he saw the gun, and that obviously got him going. And if he is tripping, then he's, it's amplified.
The thing is that he could get out of his own car though. Like
he didn't try and make a getaway. Like he didn't act like if you just passed a 20 and you're back in your fucking car, go. You don't just sit there and wait for them to fucking the cops to show up. Then they check with the cashier. Then they fucking walk over and he's still sitting there. So that to me, that is like he either didn't know he was passing a fake 20 or either that or he's extremely fucking brazen and he doesn't come off like that. He's so apologetic and like he's trying to be polite, but he's like,
well, I mean,
really worked up.
Well, like obviously what they end up doing is absolutely awful and completely inexcusable. But he's also, it's not like he was just clear, didn't do like any sort of.
Oh no, he wasn't. They didn't just like knock him over and fucking choke him out. He definitely did not want to be in the back of that freaking quad car. But again, it would like all of this is over suspicion of a fucking counterfeit 20, and then the like immediate compliance. This is where this all started from. So it's like. I don't even know if it's a crime. I know to knowingly pass off a counterfeit is a crime, but like it's really hard to prove that people knew. Most people when they get caught say, "Oh my god, I didn't know." Like it might, I got this from the store or whatever.
Yeah, because how many fucking people actually like go over and by the way, some counterfeits are probably really good, but your average fucking person, you're just like, there's a 20. Like you don't sit there and scan all your bills and just be like holding it up to the light and like fucking feeling the texture of it and shit.
Yeah, unless it's 100.
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't. People at the businesses do, but if somebody gives me back my change, I really just like I make sure I got my right change back, but I put it in my wallet. Like I don't like scan it to see.
This just all seems over the top to begin with, and then it ends like extremely over the top. And for people that are meant to like de-escalate or whatever, this is a lot of escalation, and he has offered multiple times to like he's like, I'll get on the ground. I just don't and I personally I'd be like tell me what I fucking got to do so we can get this over with. But that's me at an irrational mind.
Yeah.
He's just irrational right now, and is that tough to deal with? Yes. Are cops paid to and trained to deal with shit like that? Yes. Is part of that training choke the motherfucker out for 9 minutes if he doesn't fully comply, and once you have him cuffed and there's like 3 officers on him?
Yeah, no. We're all in agreement on that. We all know where this thing ends, and where this thing ends is beyond absurd.
Yeah, it's terrible. And again, I support the police. Like I am not. I think that shit like this gives cops a bad name, but there are some cops out there who deserve the bad name, and then there are others that are really good cops. I support those good cops. I say give cops shit they actually need and raises and fucking better like training, and then give them support so that they're not the only ones dealing with 1,000 different fucking issues when to make them feel spread thin like they are in a lot of areas, obviously.
And somebody had also said something in the chat that I think was a fair point. They kind of alluded to like why I hate when all these things get lumped together. Because there's this, and the one that happened after this was it Rayshard? Was it Brooks? Rayshard Brooks? Is that his name? The guy at the Wendy's, the guy that took the cop's taser and like shot him with it and all that kind of stuff. It's like, dude, this is why I hate the lumping all these things in together, because you have this and then you watch the video of that and you're like, dude, they're just not the same thing. They're just not.
Right.
Somebody's drunk, physically resists, takes taser, shoots cop.
The one of the cop that tries to arrest the dude for the child support thing, and the dude takes off running, and the cop empties his fucking clip into his back,
and then puts the gun on there.
And then drops the taser back over by his fucking body.
That man's name was Walter Scott. I remember that man's name. Yeah, he got murdered, shot in the back. That cop emptied his mag.
Yeah,
in there.
Fucking that kind of shit is on another level than shit where it's the guy lunged at a cop with a fucking knife or some shit, and the cop, at that point it's a lot more up in the air as to maybe what the right move was. In cases George Floyd and the one, what was his name, Drew?
Rayshard Brooks.
No, the
Walter
Scott. Yeah. In cases like that, it is so fucking cut clear. And it's ridiculous. And until there was fucking everyone had a goddamn cell phone to videotape shit like that did not get cops got away with it, no problem.
That Walter Scott, he would have if that wasn't caught on camera, then that cop probably would have gotten away with that.
It's ridiculous. I mean, and so who knows how long that kind of shit's been going on, but it's cameras everywhere now, which we will get into in the second hour, because we have a lot of people that just refuse to learn that if they act out in public, they're probably going to end up on the internet. And we'll cover some of those when we come back for the second hour. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
back. Chop leftovers. Yeah. Chop leftovers.
I'm trying to instigate some shit in the chat. Sorry.
You heard it here, folks. Dark Matter pledged to ISIS. So now he's an Antifa member. You really get around. Well, how do you find time to do animations, Dark Matter? Well, Dark Matter's not burning down major American cities. He's like bombing children in a mosque overseas.
Well,
how do you find the time? Do what you can. What happened to the chop? Is the chop still there? The Chaz got took down, but then the chop came up, right? Did that one not go good? Did that one go the same way? Did the chop go the way of the Chaz?
Probably.
I think they were pretty much the same fucking deal, wasn't it?
Was it the same place? Because I thought they were starting one in New York.
I think it was just that, like, you know, when you have something that disorganized, that people call it different things.
Chop got taken down weeks ago. Were they the same thing? Was the Chop and the Chaz? The Chad will let me know. The Chad knows everything.
Chad knows all about the Chaz.
Chad knows about the Chad.
Chad and Chaz. Ugh.
I didn't know how much of that was still going on because the rioting and the looting and all that shit is still going on. I saw it on the news this morning here in Houston.
I think we can all agree that guys named Chad or Chaz are much more likely to fucking, like, you know, rape people.
Well,
yeah,
sure.
I think we can all agree there. I speak for Drew, especially.
Oh man, that was so oddly specific for like the crimes that would commit.
I'm just kidding, obviously. All you Chads and Chazes out there.
Okay, Troll Jones. I will take the word of a man called Troll Jones 69. Chop and Chaz was the same. Chop was supposedly the official name, but Chaz is what the media called it.
There you go. It's like ISIS and ISIL.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but eventually got to the point where the only person that said ISIL was Obama. Like everybody else.
Well, I mean,
like
shit. If someone is briefed that fucking whatever, if you're briefed often enough on it, and they're calling it ISIS, and you still want to go with ISIL, whatever. But that's right up there with.
We know what you mean.
I mean, I'll take that over. Speaking of Biden gaffes, you saw Trump saying that it was probably the 1917 flu that ended World War II.
I saw an article on it. Yeah, you sent me a video, didn't you?
I think I did. Yeah. It's like
no, that was the one. That was one of them with the wrong link. Can I find it on
all right.
YouTube?
Well, yeah, on YouTube or Twitter or wherever. Trump.
PJ,
what?
Can you say with 100% certainty that there wasn't a massive time warp in 1917 that might have affected World War II?
Yes, I can.
Prove it.
You fucking prove it. That I'm certain you can't prove it. That's what I'm saying.
160,000 people had died on President Obama's watch. Do you think you would have called for his resignation?
No, I wouldn't have done that. I think it's
bullshit. Like instantly.
I think it's been
instantly. Dude,
he literally has. He's called. He called for Obama's resignation about fucking 157 times on Twitter alone.
Yeah,
I think he's done it. I think he did it for Ebola, and there was like 2 deaths for that.
That's why like Dark Matter knows, because Dark Matter uses Twitter too. There's this thing on Twitter where it says there's always a tweet.
Yeah.
Because dude, there's always one that is just like, boom, fucking complete like 180.
So Trump, like, used to get on Obama for playing golf non-stop. And you want to talk about fucking projection, because this guy is golfed more. I think he might have broken it already, but he's done more in 4 years than Obama did in 8.
Amazing what we've been able to do. If we didn't close up our country, we would have had 1.5 or 2 million people already dead.
And this is the
right.
the
Now
new talking point. Hold on. The new talking point, by the way, is 160 is bad, but it could have been so much more. This like trying to convince your wife, like, I lost 10 grand at the casino, but he's like, but I could have lost 100 grand. You know what I mean? It could have been worse. I'm doing a great job here. Don't you agree?
Have to close it. We understand the disease. Nobody understood it because nobody's ever seen anything like this.
Oh my God! Yes, we have.
In 1917, they say, right? The great the great pandemic certainly was a terrible thing where they lost anywhere from 50 to 100 million people. Probably ended the Second World War. All the soldiers were sick. That was a terrible situation, and this is highly contagious. This one is highly.
Did he probably mean World War One?
Duh, that's obviously what he meant.
But that's what I'm saying. So it was just like a flub. He said World War II instead of World War One.
Yeah, but I mean that is, that's a.
It's a gaffe.
I don't know how big of a fucking flub. You literally just said 1917.
Yeah,
and then you said World War II. And if the degree to which Trump supporters hold Biden accountable for everything that comes out of his mouth, but they refuse to fucking do the same for Trump. I don't give a fuck that he misspoke. I do it all the fucking time. It's the fact that people overlook this and then point out anything else coming from the other side. The complete fucking hypocrisy drives me apeshit.
I agree.
Said this.
I have a lot more respect for people who support Trump but admit he's a fucking moron that should keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, I think the difference that I would say between this and Biden, like if Biden slurs words sometimes and stuff, I don't see that as being a big deal. But when Biden gets that dead-eyed look and forgets where he is, that's when I'm
the words, we've covered that with Trump. That's
what I'm saying. Slurring your words, the time, I remember when Republicans used to say this about Obama. When Obama first got elected, he might have still been on the campaign trail, but there was that thing where Obama said he'd been to all 57 states.
52. And I believe
52, but obviously there's not 52. But everybody was like, "What a dumbass!" And it's
I believe that was actually he was referring to a couple of other fucking territories, and calling Puerto Rico you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I believe that, but obviously you take that out of fucking context, and it makes him look like a complete fucking idiot.
Yeah. I'm saying the difference is the flubs and stuff. I understand that's gonna happen. That's whoever they are. I give Biden there's some of those that I've seen in compilations where Biden does a flub and I'm like, well, he called Milton Friedman. He kind of mumbled it. It sounded like he said Milton Friesman, and people are like, oh, what a dumbass. I'm like, well, dude, that's just he's mumbles, right?
Pull up Trump Yosemite. We'll see what you think about this, because keep in mind the guy is a self-proclaimed stable genius. He passed the test, guys. Elephant. All right, so this is him reading a prepared statement, and this is, by the way, something I agree with. It was preserving, federal parkland or some shit like that. Totally on board with it. But it's a prepared statement, and listen to the stable genius.
I want every American child to have access to pristine outdoor spaces. When young Americans experience the breathtaking beauty of the Grand Canyon, when their eyes widen in amazement as Old Faithful bursts into the sky, when they gaze upon Yosemites, towering sequoias, their
Yosemites,
and they know that every American has
he's never seen the word Yosemite written out before. That is that is a fucking
2 Corinthians.
The what?
2 Corinthians. He's never seen he's seen he knows how to say it, but he doesn't know how it's supposed to be said, because he absolutely has no clue about the religion that he purports to.
This man is a he is not an idiot in the sense that he has done well. I mean, he's fucking president. He got that far, but this guy has it all figured out. That crowd, I am baffled by. If you voted for him and now you're and if you're going to vote for him again because you don't like Biden, I mean, okay, but please don't give me that savior here's a Democrat fucking doing something stupid. Please shut up about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez if this is your guy 100%. You know what I mean? Nobody else. You should keep your fucking mouth shut when someone else has a flub. because Trump is super fucking guilty of it.
Yeah,
Nobody's ever done what I've done, TJ. What you gotta understand.
I saw a Daily Show thing where he was like, we're going to be releasing all these things that have never been thought of. People didn't even think it could be thought of. And da-da-da-da-da-da. And he's going on and on and on. And while he's doing it, they're putting like this astral music and having like, the stars orbiting a brain that they're superimposing on Trump. And then at the very end, he's like, and we're going to do that probably sometime mid-Tuesday. Like, it's just such a bunch of fucking fluff.
Yeah. The thing,
and I understand why fucking people why they can keep calling to extend auto warranties, because there are so many gullible dipshits out there, and you can tell when you look at our fucking political landscape in this country. There are on both sides so many fucking gullible morons, and I'm always like, who the fuck falls for this shit? By the way, when they call me, I don't know if I've told you before, but I always all of a sudden drive a 1989 Suburban. And they're, it's like, hello, this is Peter. What kind of car do you drive? And I'm like, yeah, Peter, I drive a 1989 Chevy Suburban. He's like, oh, we cannot give a warranty for that car. I'm like, then why the fuck are you calling me? Why the fuck you know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here.
This is a perfect time to play this one. I had saw this one and Teach sent a copy of it. This is great. It's a GIF. There's no sound.
You like me? Pretending to be uninterested. No. Oh, what
Dude, the picture. Hold on. This is a popular Twitter page that I followed immediately when I started seeing these, like during the election. Look how he drew himself with the big hair and the big hands.
Yeah,
you see that? The huge
extra big fucking hands. I've been replying to so many fucking comments with that like confused look. What do you mean? Yeah, it's that was super fucking embarrassing. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah,
I saw the highlights.
It's just
man, it was no. You should watch the whole thing. The highlights. There's no such thing as highlights. The whole thing was like so bad and dude, like the lower than the world. Like,
excuse me, you can't go by that. You can't go by that. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Dude, we're doing so much testing. You know why we're doing so much testing? Because you didn't act quickly in the beginning. And he will say, but I shut down travel to China. But you didn't. You allowed any Americans in China to come right the fuck back. And remember when they were like, oh, international flights will be diverted to one of like 3 airports. And they had the pictures of the airports just fucking shoulder to shoulder jam packed because they couldn't process people quickly enough.
Did they
taking their temperatures when they could be fucking pre-symptomatic anyway?
Is it just how awkward he looks in that chair? Or do they just pick like the shortest fucking chair for him to do this whole thing in? Look, it looks like a footstool that he's sitting on here.
Whoa. Oh, Jesus. It does.
It goes good with like the kitty drawing.
Other guy looks normal.
Are they in the same kind of chair, or do they have different chairs?
Hold on. We can't pause it. It's a GIF, but we can see right. I think they're the same. Trump's leg is just slumped over the side of the other one. They might have given him a slightly smaller chair to make him look bigger. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. They do the dumbest shit. Trump is like, he's so vain. All he cares about is his image and his name, the name brand. And shit like that's all he cares about. Everybody that, if Obama had been fucking taking his fucking cousin and his uncle and whoever else and thrown them in the White House, people would have been up in arms. But now you got people that are like, I want the Trump family to reign like a dynasty upon this country. They're willing to vote for like Eric Trump after Donald Trump. Get the fuck out of here. Twisted. So like you're in a cult.
Yeah.
You're in a fucking political cult. You like break free from it. And that for the people that are like diehard Democrats, like, holy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like the Democrats blow. Sure. They're, it's far from like we may not be perfect, but we're not Republicans. No. May not be perfect is an understatement. Both parties completely fucking suck. And for anyone to like really be on board to even donate money to either of these fucking parties, that is fucking embarrassing. Every time the Republican Party or the fucking, Trump or whoever sends when I check the mail over at my folks' place, anytime one of those comes out, I fucking grab it. I'm like, nope, this ain't making it to their fucking, because I'm afraid that they might actually send fucking money. And they're not even fucking trying to be like coy about it. Like, hey, how about $10? They're like, average donation is like $67. Like, get the fuck out of here, $67 to get you're Mr. fucking Moneybags.
Joe Jones just said TJ admitting to mail fraud.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You heard it
for
here,
junk
folks.
mail. Sorry, I throw away junk mail even if it's in someone else's fucking name. Let me see if I got one right here. That would be fantastic.
There's people who still think that Trump pays for everything himself, and that's why, because he can't be bought. So that's why they like him.
Oh, look at this shit. Here we go. This is, oh my God, I'm gonna hide this. This is fantastic. This is from Melania Trump.
Wow, your parents got a letter from Melania herself, huh? Nice.
No return address because it would take too much ink to print the fucking weird ass address she came from. He was rich, so I make fuck. It says, "Dear my dad's name. Decisions made by the President of the United States impact countless lives across our nation and throughout the world. From the moment my husband, Donald..." Yeah, check this out. "From the moment my husband, Donald, placed his hand on the Bible and took the oath of office to serve as America's 45th president, he has worked nonstop to deliver on his promise to make America great again." By the way, this is dated. Hold on. Let me see if I can, because this is old. I can tell. Oh, it doesn't have a process date on it. Oh man, this is from. Oh, okay. Okay, I honestly thought this was a check that my fucking parents had written out, which I would have been super excited that I intercepted and it never made it to them. But it's actually a pre-made. So this is February 21st, 2020. So this letter's from before that. So this is like future dated to help pay for the 2020 campaign, and it's a check for $45.
Nice.
That you're supposed to make out to fucking the Republican National Committee, thanks to Melania Trump. Yeah, $45 check for the 45th president. Oh my God, they made her signature like Trump's.
Jesus Christ.
That is so fucking
What
creepy.
kind of a fucking world do we live in when we're asking, poor people to send donations to billionaires?
Oh.
Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, here, listen to this. This is my fucking favorite. It says, "My dad's name, very personalized. If you can send a contribution of $90 or even $135 to double or triple the impact of your investment in our efforts, or $250, $500, $1,000, $5,000 or more, I urge you to do so." They have the fucking balls to ask for $5,000 or more.
Yeah,
they
probably get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's probably people that'll
disgusting
fucking drop that on
tripe.
them. And there's enough. I guess there's enough people. Like, I can't imagine I've never liked a politician that much, and I certainly dude, like, you're gonna the idea of like somebody who doesn't have like that kind of money, giving that kind of money to somebody that is like notorious and like bragging about being like a billionaire. It's like, well, dude, he's got money. If he really needs the money, your fucking grandma on Social Security or some shit doesn't have to give him like fucking $500 or something.
And then you get people online saying stuff like, he donates his presidential salary. That's why he's working for free. bullshit. That's just a fucking token gesture. He's
making a ton of money off of his
Yeah.
fucking courses and properties by literally having
Billions.
world leaders and shit over, and world leaders that want to get in his favor go rent out an expensive room for a month or some shit and pay him an obscene amount of money.
It's smart politics. I'll give him that. That's really smart politics.
It's dirty fucking politics.
Politics is
we let
is
him get away with it.
Politics is always going to be dirty. It's a popularity contest for the executive power.
Like 100 million, over 100 million by now alone towards his golf trips.
These cheap fucks don't even have prepaid fucking postage to send your fucking payment.
Now, wait a minute, you piece of shit. It's $45 plus that
and
stamp.
fucking 50 cents or whatever.
I'd send a letter back saying I'm sorry, I would send you something, but I'm not sure that you're gonna get it because you disabled the post office or the postal service.
There you go. Place your stamp here, but nobody will be there to deliver it. You know, if it had been postage paid, I would have fucking had a box of phone books to fucking send them. Whenever a place is dumb enough to ask you for a donation, like a shitty place, like a politician or, church or some shit like that, like a mega church or whatever, if they send you postage, like paid already, it means they get billed for it later. So just get like a box of rocks or whatever and send it back to them, drop it off at the fucking post office, and they will be fucking charged. I think there is a limit to it, but charge them as much as you fucking can. Send them some fucking, well,
all right, let's
don't
give
send
these,
them poop.
Let's give these dudes some content. Dudes and or ladies, if we
I
have
fixed
any
the very last link.
Oh, you
so
sent
the one that says when she realizes they aren't on her side or whatever, that one's shit, but all the rest should be all right now.
All right, let's try when you do all the blow.
Talk to you about this jobs report.
Oh.
A lot of people are, of course, celebrating
Whoa.
over it and touting about how great it is. But of course, there's the other angle.
Dude.
Okay, now if George Floyd looked like that, then I would have been like, okay, go give him the knee, But.
Oh my god. Oh, can we make that a Streamlabs?
Yeah.
No, come on.
I'll include the no come on part.
Oh god.
Of this participation rate. Explain that to us and why we need to look at that.
Absolutely. Well, we're in a very good position to
Those slow
talk about
blinks.
what's going on in the job market. We work with a lot of Fortune 1000
I don't think she's
organizations, and we
She
get a
did
good
blink
pulse
once, and it
on
was
what's
extremely
ramping
slow.
And, areas
I
of
think
growth.
she drops her eyelids halfway.
Yeah, dude, look at her freaking pupils.
It's big.
Dude,
right?
what the fuck?
We also
almost
work
look like
with
triangular.
quite a few staffing firms, and they're kind of the first ones to experience that growth. We're seeing tremendous growth here at DigiMe.
Wow.
Now she looks stoned.
Yeah, exactly. She goes from stone to blow. Boom. Stoned.
Dude, that's so
Stoned.
weird. She's
Talk to you about this job
Blow.
report. A lot of people are, of course, celebrating.
Oh, we don't even need the sound. Dude, look how long she goes without blinking. Hold it, ready? There's a blink here. Hold
But
on.
when she
All right,
does
go.
blink, see how slow it was?
Dude, it takes a long time for your eyelids to travel over bulging
Over
eyes
the-
like that.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Half blink.
15, 16, 17, 18. 8, that's at least 18. That's not normal.
No,
Nope.
it's not.
She's on something.
Can someone take her eyes and Photoshop them on top of the sunglasses for me and Drew?
Yeah, that would be awesome. It was one of the things I was hearing. I'm trying to remember exactly what the bill was that was being passed. It was when John Boehner was still Speaker of the House or whatever.
It's pronounced boner.
Oh yeah, when Boehner was the Speaker of the House.
Little
It was
Johnny
something.
Boner.
It was
is what they
something.
called him.
It was something that after he had retired or whatever, that he did some interviews and he talked about it. He talked about basically how much the politicians in Congress drink. Like when they have to do those all night, we got to get this bill passed by the deadline and all that kind of stuff. It's like you can smell the liquor like all around, like like in the Capitol buildings and the rooms and stuff. You can just smell the liquor. Like, isn't it nice to know that all these people that are like paid to work like a few weeks out of the year are like liquored up when they're making laws that everybody
probably like
has.
$600 bottles of scotch and shit.
Yeah, it's probably outrageous, and like they're taking care of it. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, what an absolutely fucked up backwards system that we implemented, where the absolute it's just so open to corruption, and just God, I wish we could just clean the whole fucking thing out and have standards.
Dude, money in politics. It really, like, it's bad enough that you want like people that are attracted to power or whatever, but when you put like the financial incentive in there, it's all over, man.
Yeah, but it's just, the problem is that financial incentive. How do you get that out of there? You're not legislating that out of there, because as soon as you do, it's just, now it's in your fucking mailbox. Now it's in the fucking back of your car. You're not getting that. There's too much power there. The power attracts that corruption, and the corruption loves that fucking power. So you're not getting rid of that. That's not going anywhere.
Well, that's why we're on the downward fucking spiral, because we will never break this fucking cycle until it all falls apart.
So America,
until
how many more years?
every place has the fucking water like Flint, then maybe there will be like an uprising about it, maybe, or maybe people just fucking drink tainted water and like, whatever, good enough. Plants love lead water. Plants crave lead water.
There's already been a lot of uprisings over the George Floyd thing. I mean, I don't know how much more this country can take. Like, I seriously wonder how long this country has left. It's a question.
We've had that discussion before, and I put it at about, I mean, at our current decline rate, it's probably like somewhere in like the 50 to 75 year range. But
I mean, Jonathan, it's also like, well, what do you mean, like, till it's completely gone?
No, until like things are not even recognizable, where we are possibly using our vast military to freaking like take resources forcibly, or things like that we would never imagine doing like now.
Well, I don't know. I tend to think with stuff like that, I think we're probably going to go way more like the British Empire did, where it just scales that back to where that's just almost not even a thing anymore. Like the British military, they have a military and stuff, but I mean, compared to what it used to be, it's
whatever.
I think it's something like that.
I'm not trying to predict like, America becomes like the destructor of the world or whatever, but I think that shit here will get pretty bad, and that I mean, it's already pretty fucking bad, and it'll get worse, and when it gets worse, people will get ticked off, but they won't do shit. And then it'll get even worse, and they'll get really ticked off, but they won't do shit. And then it'll get really bad, and then something will fucking happen.
It's the shit that they'll do. Like, don't remember some of like the George Floyd protests. The thing is, those I think George Floyd was kind of like it kind of kicked off that moment, but then all the shit they're doing now, but half these people probably don't even know who the fuck George Floyd is. Like, now it's we've been on fucking lockdown and we're pissed off, and now we're just out fucking tearing everything up, and that's just still going on. And I'm amazed. Like, you don't hear enough about that. Like, there's still, like, I was just watching the news today, and they're like, oh yeah, and by the way, like, overnight, like, this whole like fucking strip mall was just absolutely demolished and set on fire and stuff, and it's just like, like, it's casual. Like, no, that's not fucking casual. What's going on? In Houston. That was right here in Houston, dude. They're still going on in like California. This goes on in New York. They're still doing this shit all the time, like fucking Portland and Seattle and all that. All that shit's still going on, dude. They're still like burning and looting shit and tearing stuff down.
I mean,
fuck
nuts. Those people. If you think that that's a way to, like at this level where shit has not completely fucking fallen apart already, and there are other options besides fucking acting like complete fucking idiots in the streets, which at some point it might get bad enough where that is a good option. But we're nowhere near that right now. So if you think that's doing anything other than hurting the cause, I mean, I want to believe that it's people who are opportunists and not people that are like, this will teach them a lesson. Because that you want to talk about shooting yourself in the fucking foot, trying to make your point. We've been over this. The black girls that overtook Bernie in like, what was it? Was it 2016?
Yeah.
Anyway, and just being obnoxious, and like you're not winning people over with that shit, and it goes the same, in this regard. You're just not winning people over.
I'm not a fan of the state pretty much like it at all, but just even under the system that we have, like I don't understand why there isn't more like serious talk about like secession of different states and different regions and stuff like that. I think if you're going to make this thing work, that might actually be for the best, because it's so obvious. Like a state like, for instance, overall, a state like California doesn't agree with like a state like Texas or Tennessee or something like that, right? Like so, like why not? Why should all these 50 states be like confined to those same kind of rules? Either they break up, or it should be way more like it used to be, like pre-Civil War, where you were way more of a Californian than you were an American.
Well, they try and let the states have their own shit, but it has to be obviously within federal bounds, and the federal government is not going to be like, oh, okay, go right on ahead. Oh, and you want like, a cut of the military or whatever, like that's not gonna happen. Like you have to pay your tithes to the federal government.
Yeah, but the problem, like I say, pre-Civil War, the federal government still worked within very strict confines, like within the Constitution, which they haven't done in like a long time.
Yeah.
So they have like very limited roles, and like everything else is left to the states. So like if you did something like that, I think that would actually be better in the long run. Like for the most part, like if California wants to do like they talked about, like if they want to do like single payer or something like that, let them go nuts. And if you don't want to live in California, you can move somewhere else, right?
Yeah, that whole like if you don't like it, move thing never appealed to me as an argument, because it's just not that simple. If it was as simple as me being like, I like it better in New Zealand, and just get up and move there, like it just doesn't work that way. And even if it's within the United States, if let's say that Oregon ended up being the place that I decided fit me best to, as the state, once all the states have seceded and split up, and I'm like, oh, you know what, Oregon seems like they're up my alley or whatever. It's not just like, well, I'm in Oregon. Like you have to completely quit everything in your life and your family's life. All the freaking, the old lady owns a small business, and she has developed, a lot of freaking, the city freaking pays her for her work and all that shit. Schools around here, she's developed a bond and relationship with these people. To up and move would be to kill her business. I'd be out of freaking work. The move alone would be a fortune. And it's just not that simple.
I'm not saying that it is, but I'm saying if some other place offered you something better than what you have now, you will move. Most people will move. There's obviously a breaking point somewhere. I'm not saying, for instance, like just like right now, like you like to smoke flavored tobacco, right? Now, obviously, Florida doesn't like you doing that. So, but obviously to you, that's not a big enough reason to move to like Colorado or something, right? But if there are enough incentives in Colorado to get you to move, like you could get a new job there.
Let me make it extremely clear. I fucking hate Florida. I not so much Florida as the area in which I fucking live. It is this fake small town that is actually just a complete fucking overpopulated mess, and I fucking can't stand it. And the heat and the idiots everywhere, and bad drivers and fucking ridiculous politicians and all that shit. I fucking hate it here. If I, could just up and go, I totally would. But like, my parents live here, my girlfriend's, our family lives here, her fucking family lives here. Like, I'm stuck. And if they change the law to make it so there's some other place that I wanted to go, that doesn't even necessarily mean that I could go there,
right?
Or without giving everything up first. That's why it's important not to just like, for me, it's important to not tuck tail and run. To, try, say what you can, maybe change some minds, vote and do shit like that, but try and change maybe your current situation into something for the better is a lot better option to a lot of people than just move across country or whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and I'm just saying, like, from the standpoint of like, if you have two, and obviously you have more than two, but if you could break it down into 2 or 3 or 4 or so, kind of completely different views for how people like want the country to work, like, wouldn't it be better if like those people, I'm not saying they have to be like segregated to within their own confines, but like, wouldn't those people, like, for instance, people in like the West Coast or the Northeast or whatever, tend to have like a different kind of view than people in like the South have, or people in the Midwest or something. So if people have like those types of like values and want to see like, you want to see like government run healthcare, you want to see like those kinds of things that maybe more like along the lines of like Europe and stuff like that. Well, it's like, well, if you got in like these certain regions or whatever, you could have that without imposing it on everybody like that doesn't want it. In the same way, people that are like gung ho, like all guns should be allowed or whatever. There's a lot of people that don't want to live in that society or whatever. So you can kind of like branch these things out. I'm just trying to think of like what's some kind of way that
I get it. I think it would be might be easier for the federal government to give a certain amount of like leeway, or be more fucking flexible and shit like that, and say like, you can, like, the public option type deal, instead of saying straight up single payer is great, but it needs like a ton of work. I am by no means a fucking like, fixing healthcare in America fucking expert.
Right.
But I understand where there are a lot of issues, and I can see both sides of a lot of fucking arguments. It takes a lot of fucking work to get through that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I totally understand where you're coming from. Like, if you split America up, just put a freaking like an X in like Erling or Kentucky, wherever the middle of the fucking country is, and you're like, okay, and it almost fits your like political spectrum little diagram. Like, oh, you're more like libertarian left, so you're gonna live over in New Mexico or whatever. Like, that sounds nice. I just don't know how feasible it is.
Yeah,
and then for people that, by the way, if you live in California and you're conservative, you don't want to be forced to get into like single payer healthcare or whatever, or you make enough money to pay for really good insurance or whatever the case may be.
Or maybe you
don't feel like you want to pay into it. So you would have to move out of California.
Right.
But that might be where you're making, where your company is based. It's just,
right.
It's basically a giant clusterfuck that will never be fixed, and we just have to learn to watch crumble.
Yeah, and just, I guess, try to fix like those certain things. Like, I would say if you're a hardcore conservative and you live in California, like, I mean, you're really like hard line. It just, I mean, the option is always there. You move into Arizona or just cross over into Nevada maybe or something. Like, if you don't want like all the taxes in California and the cost of living and the gun laws and all that kind of stuff.
It is, California is like really over the top, but I mean, whatever. I used to live in California. I never had to deal with any bullshit because I was in like 8th grade. So, and we actually drove past where I lived in California. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Camarillo.
Yeah.
That was a crazy ass place to live because it was like right on the edge of, the nice part of town and the shit part of town.
Yeah.
So, always interesting.
if it's every state for themselves, I want to invade Nebraska. Those fucking pushovers. There's hardly anybody there.
Oh, then it's going to kick off a war because everybody wants Nebraska. God damn it! You can't have.
I want a house on the Platte River. It's the best part of Nebraska right there.
Who the fuck what? Jesus, there's so many fucking. There's only 2 rivers in the United States that flow north. Isn't that the? I believe that's it, and one of them is the St. Johns River here in Florida. I can't remember what the other one is. Maybe the Snake River or something like that. Anyway, I would want to live somewhere close to that because that's just awesome and unique.
Yeah, it's just
I like living by the water too.
I think what it is my mindset is just like what's the way you could get the most people to live without coercion and infringing on each other, and and pushing their ideas on each other. Because like what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about like if you fall into the libertarian left, whatever the hell that means. If you fall into that spectrum, I'm not saying you're forced to move to some place. I'm just like like if you have these regions over here where people that generally share that sort of mindset. And obviously not everybody, even in those groups, aren't going to agree on everything. But at least if you have different places where they're allowed to do different things. Like California, I think if California could, California would ban guns.
Maybe it would work better on like a county level than a state level.
Yeah, just trying to find any kind of way, because obviously what we're doing right now this doesn't work.
No, the divide is getting wider and wider sure.
It doesn't work. And what's the way that we can all live without just like forcing each other to live by, obviously there's certain things you can't do. You're not going to have any society where you can just murder people and shit like that. But like trying to live in some sort of way where we can all live together without
a tweaking of the rules that I would love to live in such a place. I just don't. I don't see it happening. We're at the mercy of these fucking idiots.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, something else.
This guy is a legend.
We're gonna get a copyright for this terrible fucking loop of music.
Oh.
Bro. He's wearing the fucking spotted tight pants and a deep V-neck. He looks like he just raided his fucking sister's closet.
Yeah.
And robbed his little brother's fucking bow and arrow and a little bit of his mom's wine.
I would highly recommend his little brother never touching that bow and arrow again.
Oh my god! So I'm thinking what it's like to be this guy. This guy probably has a huge following, probably makes a living doing this. But when he has to explain to people, they're like, "Oh, so what do you do?"
Oh yeah.
He just gives them that look.
Well, that's like when people find out that they're like, "Oh, you do a podcast? What's it about?" I was like, man, I wish I had a solid answer for you. We are all over the fucking place.
Just watch a couple hundred episodes and you tell me what
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to get the inside jokes, start at episode 1. Actually, don't watch 1. 1 was a terrible episode. Start at 2.
Yeah, it took us a while. It's like a lot of seasons of your favorite shows. The first one, they haven't worked out the characters. Usually about season 3 or 4, they got it down.
Bro, remember all the seasons of the Skeptic Fence show?
I'm trying to remember which season I was involved in.
Who the fuck knows? I am amazed that Joe managed to get some of those people. It was a lot of fun. And
yes.
the Cooter reports, man. Some of those fucking Cooter reports were absolutely fantastic. The one with the fucking the bullshit covered in bullshit Cooter report, that's one of my fucking favorites, man. It's that crazy dude that's he's saying that if people go to see Frozen, he's gonna fucking cover himself in cow shit and mourn because it's teaching lesbianism. And I guess Snowman fucking, I don't know, man. He's what's that guy's name?
I don't know, but I want to see Frozen now.
Oh, wow.
Whoa,
Jeez.
Dark Matter. I'm sure Dark Matter makes his real money by doing animated pornos.
Uh-huh.
Have you thought about extending your fan base and doing some like Pornhub level shit?
I don't know. Should I? Would that be lucrative?
Fuck yeah, man. Go for it. You're always drawing like the big titty girls and shit. Why not?
Yeah, but I steered away from that a while back.
Oh, you fucking PC little bitch.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did we not notice?
I mean, I guess I haven't done it on, like, I used to do it on purpose, but now I just try to be, more realistic.
Yeah, there was the one where he's trying to choose wives. It was Arnold, and it's fucking, it's like the hot one, then the Rachel from fucking Friends, Jennifer Aniston hot one, and then like this fucking troglodyte. That was it. What was that one called?
Rivet Wolf's here. He says his name is Kevin Swanson.
That's him. Kevin fucking Swanson. Oh, Jesus. Look up anything from that nutball and play it before break. That guy is... Actually, just put in the fucking Cooter Report.
But
Cooter
the thing
Report
is...
bullshit. It should pop up. Fuck it.
Bullshit covered in bullshit.
More than really trying to be PC, though, it's more like I want to, the channel to appeal to women too. I don't want it to just.
I totally fucking get it.
You know?
I don't think anyone's gonna hold it against you when, like, and the men, like, or the man in that one was like super cut and everything as well. So
yeah,
that's sexist too. By the way,
yeah. I mean, I hope nobody holds that against you. I know I've told this before, but I had a video of, I want to say it was Deepak Chopra and Bill O'Reilly that I covered, and I just tore it apart for like 13 minutes straight or whatever. And then at the very end, I like had a final like gotcha for Chopra, and then I was like, thank you, come again. And like a slew of people were like, racist. I was like, whatever. The guy, I mean, we should put up the Chopra generator. It's been a minute.
Sausage Wallet.
I'll be on the lookout on Pornhub for Sausage Wallet 25. Fuck yes. I'll do your intro, bro.
Sausage Wallet 25.
You need to go post that clip of the podcast with the ants.
Mm-hmm.
From last episode.
I'm gonna drag click until you come.
Not a single soul will watch those videos. As soon as they hear that voice, that's the intro. That's the first thing they hear.
Yeah, that is it.
That will shrivel your dick.
And it's got Jeffrey slowly removing the fucking leaf covering his tiny baby dick.
That's an infant, TJ.
No. He's an angel. It doesn't count. They're ageless.
All right.
Let's try to do this before we go to break. We have Shapiro reading the WAP lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great. Dark Matter, you want to tell the chat what WAP stands for?
WAP?
Yeah. Do you not know?
I did know, but I'm drawing a blank. Hang on.
Yeah, it's the lyrics for the song. Here, you'll get it.
Here are some of the lyrics. You ready? Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some.
He's gonna read and give you like the.
Is it wet ass pussy?
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so he's gonna he's going over the lyrics.
You fucking said that like you were solving a fucking Wheel of Fortune puzzle.
Yeah.
He's like, wet as pussy, wet ass pussy, wet ass pussy, naggers.
What's really hilarious is that Ben Shapiro spoke to his wife about wet pussy and tried to have her diagnose it because she's a doctor. And he tried to have her diagnose why these women have such wet pussies. And she gave him 3 different medical options, which, and he thinks he's dunking on these women because, his wife doesn't get a wet pussy.
Bro.
Yeah, it was a pretty big cell phone.
Here are some of the lyrics. You ready? Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. Hold up. I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass P-word. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah,
why can you say ass
with
and
some
not
wet
pussy?
ass P-word. P-word is female genitalia. Bring a bucket and a
No. P-word is pussy. P-word is not... Dude, how does he describe N-word? N-word, of course, meaning African-American.
ass P-word. Give me everything you got for this wet ass P-word. Beat it up, N-word. Catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P-word right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I want to ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P-word is wet, come take a dive. It continues along these lines.
Oh, they're blurring it because she's wearing just...
for all
what are they called? What are they called? No.
Please,
pasties. Thank you.
Can you please stop interrupting, Ben, because I'm not able to get off with your voice. I want to listen to what Ben is saying.
Okay, P-word. Yeah. I'll put my P-word in your face. Swipe your nose in my P-word like a credit card. Whores, P-word.
See, my takeaway from this was entirely different. My takeaway from this was like, this is like idiocracy level like lyrics, which makes it hilarious when you hear somebody that's like straight laced, like just say them. You start realizing like, oh my god, like how fucking stupid pop music.
Can you pull up the lyrics to I whip my hair back and forth?
That's the lyrics.
No. Yeah, can you please do that for me real quick, Drew, before we go to break?
I whip my hair back and forth.
Yeah. I want Dark Matter to read the entirety of these lyrics.
Oh my god, it's just like a couple of lines. Oh my god, how many times do they repeat? I whip my hair back and forth.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Put that up and let Dark
Hold
Matter.
on. I'm gonna actually let you read it, Dark Matter. But hold on, I just want you to see. I want you guys to get a sense of.
See if they have I whip my hair back and forth 8-bit.
Okay. So.
Oh no, you're scrolling.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Look at this. Look.
This is.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. All right.
Look at the. Oh my fucking god.
How in depth that is. Okay, Dark Matter.
How much are you scrolling? Oh my god.
Okay,
it's a lot of scrolling.
All right, I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. Just whip it. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. Whip it. That's all blurry. I can't
whip it
real good.
You're not missing
real good. Okay. I whip my hair back and forth. 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 I whip my hop. I can't read. It's too blurry. Hop up out the bed.
Hop
turn
out.
my swag on. Oh, there we go. Pay no attention to them haters because we whip them off and we ain't doing nothing wrong. So don't tell me nothing. I'm just trying to have fun. So keep the party jumping. So what's up? Yeah. And I'll be doing what to do. We turn our backs and whip our hair and just shake them off, shake them off, shake them off, shake them off. Don't let haters keep me off my grind. With my head up, I know I'll be fine. Keep fighting until I get there. When I'm down and I feel like I'm like giving up, I think again, I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. Just whip it. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. Whip it real good. I'm going to get more shine in a little bit. As soon as I hit the stage, applause, I'm hearing it. Whether it's black stars, black cars, I'm feeling it. But can't none of them whip it like I do. I get to that, yeah, I go hard. When they see me pull up, I whip it real hard. I whip it real hard, real hard. I whip it real hard. Don't let haters keep me off my grind. With my head up, I know I'll be fine. Keep fighting until I get there. When I'm down and I feel like giving up, I think again, I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my
dude.
Well, how long does this go?
And play just a moment of it, so people, for anyone that doesn't know, you want to talk about idiot, and this came out a while ago, but I mean, it is the worst music. By the way, this is Will Smith's fucking kid.
When did this come out?
We probably already got a copyright.
Over and over and over. Yeah, we just paid Willow Smith fucking 25 cents.
Great. First
Can
Jada
I
on
ask
this.
you? I'm going to ask you both a very serious question. Why me, of all people, did you recite the lyrics of a song about whipping hair?
Yeah,
Because
back
we
and
knew
forth?
we knew you would do it.
Dude, because it's the only time you get to say something like that. I was being kind to you, Dark Matter.
Being kind? It seems like you're just being cruel. Is what you're being.
No, you're mistaken.
Oh, would you? Okay, so next time let's have a paraplegic, talk about, you can get on a song, put some lyrics on them about running, like running against the wind or something. Tell them to sing that.
I ran so far away.
Yeah, there you go.
The AWOL Nation is like, run.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's fine with me. Fuck it.
Let's go to break, guys. I'm about to
We're going to take a break. We got a lot more shit to come. Stay tuned, everybody.
right. Let's do this.
Back in action.
Third hour.
The infamous third hour. I wanted to thank the 2 new patrons again. You guys are fucking awesome. And any Streamlabs coming through, past and future. We thank you guys very much. Your support really does mean a lot to us.
Totally.
Keanu likes you too.
All right.
I'm drinking my Yinglings.
I'm drinking my natties. My Enjoy Capitalism koozie.
Nice. I have a it's a pink, so it's either your choice: beverage cooler versus burrito warmer.
Nice.
Where the fuck is this thing from? I have no fucking clue. Some taco shop.
Some taco shop.
Good enough. I believe the old lady brought it back for me. Keanu, look at this.
Keanu. We do have plenty of content. I know we have been a little bit ranty. I actually love the conversation and the rantiness, but I know a lot of the chat wants some fucking videos, so we're gonna do some fucking videos. How about that?
Just, give them some content we can fucking rant and have a conversation about.
Okay, this was, I guess, during that explosion in Beirut, right? There was a wedding going on, and I guess some of the photos caught the explosion.
Yeah. Oh, this one. Crazy.
Man, having such a happy day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they fucking are making a bunch of money off of this. I'm sure they've copyrighted it, but whatever. Yeah. I love that he's got the camera on like the like the holder or whatever that keeps it, like
stable.
From yeah. So when he's running around, it looks like a goddamn Hollywood movie.
Yeah, that's my first thought. I was like, wait a minute, is this like some made up shit?
No, this is real, but the guy doing the photography has it on like I don't know what the fuck they call it.
Yeah, I forget.
It's on a thing that takes away like all the
gimbal. Yeah, gimbal.
Yeah, gimbal. Thank you.
Dude, watch her dress.
I don't think it's a drone. No. Is it a drone? No. I want to say this guy is, because it never goes.
It doesn't go. It would have went over those
that shit. Yeah. It's a dude.
Steadicam. Yeah.
Steadicam.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's fucking wild, man.
You could hear some explosions beforehand, which startle them, and then the big one comes. Like when her arms go down, she's startled there, and then the big one.
And then the shockwave, yeah. That's fucking crazy. They said the glass was fucking everywhere.
Yeah, you see plenty of it right there.
Hopefully, my man still got some that night.
Jesus Christ.
I got
fireworks in the bedroom. Is that what you're saying?
She's not bad, is all I'm saying. And you got to have your priorities straight.
I bet they had a blast.
All right. Let's try this one.
I'm guessing he can mute that.
Are you sure?
What? Look at how he's like, oh my God, what the fuck? When he realizes what's going on.
Jesus Christ, get him off. Am I the only one here that's ever owned ferrets?
I've never owned a ferret.
I had 2 brothers, and one was much bigger than the other, and it was fucking hilarious. They were super mischievous. They loved shiny shit. They always pooped in the corner, which is a pain in the ass. They are fun little creatures, but yeah, they stink.
When I like that when he realizes what's going on. It's like, oh my God.
Fuck. Dude, you know what that is? That's the fucking Hillary Democrat convention face when the balloons drop. Remember the?
Reincarnated Hillary.
Hold on, we're gonna pull that fucking gif up. Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god! I remember watching that live and being like, "What the fuck?"
It's gonna be hard to figure out which one is more Weasley.
Oh.
You son of a bitch! There's more. Ready? Yeah. Jesus Christ.
If I had a ferret, I would name him Bueller.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Mine were named Zeke and Keats.
Ferret Bueller. Oh my god.
And a ferret.
Yeah, somebody said Will Ferret.
That's fantastic.
Will Ferret.
Yeah, they seem like cool little critters.
I mean, yeah, they're fun, but we used to fill up the bong and then stick their heads in, let them hit it.
Aww.
They loved it. Are you shitting me? They fucking loved it. I had a mouse named Mo that we would put in the bong and smoke like very small amounts or whatever, and this fucking mouse would be trying to get in there.
You know what that makes me think of, man? That makes me think of like wasn't it Nixon or somebody where they were doing like those like studies on marijuana?
Yeah, but that's like constantly. I'm talking about. Yeah. I had a big ass bong. It was like my first apartment, and like the mouse loved being in it. No water in it or anything, and I would just freaking take a tiny swat and put some smoke in there, and he fucking loved it. This mouse freaking loved. If you put him on the coffee table and there's a little bit of weed on the fucking coffee table, he was going straight for it. He was super addicted.
What I was just thinking is, let me see if I can find a gif of it. What TJ reminds me of when he does.
I want everyone to know I'm an animal lover. Like, this was a feeder mouse that I had saved. So, like, it's not just trying to be a douchebag and like torture an animal. It like they enjoyed the shit. I had a kitten one time that when you put her in a sock, like stuffed her in a sock with just her head fucking poking out, happiest cat in the fucking world. And a lot of people be like, oh, it's cruel to stuff a cat in it. Dude, the cat fucking loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'm not trying to like harm animals or anything like that. I'm a huge animal lover. As you can see, Keanu loves the fuck out of it.
What you remind me of when you do this, and I can hear your voice, but I just see you holding the cat, you remind me of that Bond villain.
Oh, yes. $1 million. Yes.
That's what I think of every time I can hear him talking. And he's just
Why
like,
is he petting the cat like that?
Gadget.
It's just like, using this like 2 fingers, pack the pinky and the ring finger. It's weird.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Spectre, right?
Dude, I do a mean. What was his fucking name? The bad guy in Inspector Gadget.
Oh, Dr. Evil.
Mad.
Not Dr. Evil. Dr. Claw. Dr. Claw.
Was,
right?
yeah.
Right.
Oh, get you, Gadget.
Yeah.
Oh, get you.
Go, Gadget rollerblades.
It's as low as I can get.
Let's try the space.
How low can you get, Dark Matter? Let me hear it. Oh, hold on, I gotta.
Go ahead.
Come on, man. Who's lower, people?
This is the breathe into your microphone hour, guys.
No, it's not even breathing. Yeah, here, say something. We'll say, oh, that's crazy. Oh, get you, Gadget. You, Gadget. That is the worst Bane impression I've ever fucking heard.
Bane.
Yeah, he sounded like Bane. Didn't even sound like fucking Claw at all.
Bane doesn't sound anything like.
No, Bane sounds like.
Go
Sean
ahead.
Connery.
Let me hear it one more time. Say. You were merely. Was it you adopted the dark? I was born in it. Go ahead.
You adopted the dark. I was born in it.
All right, now give me your Dr. Claw, but say the same thing.
You were born in the dark.
Okay, I take it back. You're the Dark Knight. That's what you're Batman in this scenario.
It's basically Batman.
Fucking fantastic. Thank you, Dark Knight.
Okay, so what exactly is happening here, Dark Matter? This is the SpaceX time lapse?
Yeah, time lapse of a SpaceX launch, yeah.
That's cool. The fucking, I'm sure we've played it before, but that's actually really crazy. But the engines returning to Earth is fucking like unreal. It feels like it's fucking fake when you watch it.
Yeah, I want to see that because I had heard about that because some people were saying like, "What's so special? We've been to outer space before." But that's one of the things people were saying. It's like, but no, we returned the same vessel, right?
They can use those engines like I think it's 3 times.
And if you've seen the Dragon space capsule that we're now sending up, America's now sending astronauts up for the first time, and since they decommissioned the shuttle, if you look at the pictures that compare the Dragon capsule to like what we used to use, where it's just all instrumentation and switches and analog shit, it's the Dragon capsule is just like 3 screens and it's all white, like something like out of the movie 2010. And then meanwhile, like the shuttle is just walls of switches and gauges and buttons. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is, but it's the engines returning to fucking Earth and landing themselves shit that like drives me ape shit. Like, and when you watch it, they're coming here. Skip forward, to that part. That's a capsule returning. I want to see the fucking engines returning. Just look up like what Falcon 9 or SpaceX engine landing. The boosters fucking landing is fucking crazy. It looks surreal until you watch the videos of them trying to develop it and perfect it and all the fuck ups. And dude, cat. All right, come on, you can't lay on the keyboard.
Of course, TJ doesn't like having pussy in his lap.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind him in my lap. He's just trying to lay on the keyboard.
Oh, it looks just like
so there. Yeah, look at that. Exactly.
Awesome.
It's fucking crazy. It looks fake.
Yeah.
But then you watch all the fucking videos of them like where they didn't land right or tipped over, blew up, fucking, all the crazy shit, and you're like, okay, this is not like they were like, you know what, why don't we try this? And it just worked. They fucking were like at it for a long time before they perfected it.
Dude, that was one of these
new fins that they have to fucking like help line it up on its way back down.
Yeah.
Are really cool looking.
Yeah,
well, it's actually not as hard as you think, TJ. It's not rocket science.
Ouch, Jesus! I knew that was coming. I was actually watching a thing a couple of weeks ago on Netflix. It was one of those like universe shows, and they were talking about like one of the comets that comes like nearest to Earth. I think it was like a doomsday thing, but like one of the comets they're expecting, within so many years that's going to come within like a danger zone of Earth. It's not supposed to hit, but it's coming within. So if they want to land something on it to study it, they were talking about what it would be like. Oh no, I'm sorry, no, that was a different thing. It was landing on this particular spot on Mars for this particular thing, and they were saying what it's like because you have to adjust obviously for like the rotation around the sun, not just of us but of Mars, and we got to hit it at a certain point, and you got to launch it at a certain time so it'll be at this certain spot at a certain point. And they've got like the science down and the math down to the point just to do that. to land on a certain spot on Mars, where it's the equivalent of if you're in LA shooting a basketball in like New York City and hitting like nothing but net.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of like mathematics to do that. It's insane.
I play on my phone. I've got a couple of dumb games, and then I have this rocket simulator, and you can build your own rocket. And obviously, if you like build it too big, it's got to have a ton of fucking thrust and all this shit. And you can actually have like you detach your fucking boosters and all this shit. But the amount of like perfection you need to achieve just to get into Earth orbit is ridiculous. And then if you wanted to get to the moon, you really have to plan it the fuck out before you do this shit. And this is just a simple, like, I mean, it's not a true simulator or whatever, but it's like a simple game, and it is not easy to like land on the fucking moon. You have to plan ahead and have your fucking like after boosters and all, have everything fucking ready, and the way you build it has to be all planned out. You fuck up 1,000 times before you fucking get it right. It's really this shit is crazy. This is the only thing we've got going right for us right now, is that we're still focusing on space again. By the way, if you guys have never seen the movie Sunshine, check that shit out. It's an awesome movie. It's about the sun dying.
Oh yeah,
way before they thought it would, and so they're gonna go like put a super nuclear device and like launch it into the sun to reignite it. But they actually have to take they have to take a one-way suicide mission trip, basically, to launch the device, and the movie gets just crazy.
Yeah.
Also, Life. If you've never watched Life, that's a fucking fantastic.
You talking about with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence?
No, I'm talking about fucking Life. I believe it's got what's his name from Deadpool?
Ryan Reynolds, I think.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. But it's a really well done, cool movie.
Now, if I may, I would like to recommend Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, because that was hilarious.
I also recommend that, but I'm talking about space movies and shit.
Yeah, Sunshine was really good. Like the last people on Earth are in like frozen climates that are kind of like clinging to life.
Yeah, the farms don't fucking grow anything, and it's but the movie goes like, I don't know, it's like really on a path, and then it purposefully goes off the rails and continues to go further and further off the rails. And I love movies that do that.
Yeah.
I love movies that don't just like, if you're gonna fucking send it into overdrive, go full on. That's the one I told you about, Time Trap. That was one of those movies where like the whole first half of the movie, you're like, I know what's going on, I get it, and then you're kind of like thrown for a loop, and you're like, whoa, how are they going to explain that? And then they just keep going, like all the way to the fucking end, and I'm like, fantastic, great movie.
Huh.
Anyway,
all right, let's try this.
How you doing that?
A lot of people find product placement offensive.
Hey, I could have made a lot of money on this.
Gus, money's not everything, buddy. Oh, whoa! What the?
Yeah, tattoos definitely fall under the morally questionable guidelines. So you got this chart, and it shows everything that needs to be blurred out. It's a lot of stuff.
Okay, no one can read that chart. That chart is totally blurred out, Matt.
That's what I just said. Everything on this list gets blurred out.
Give me my hands back. I can't type like this.
Hey, careful. This is too delicious to spill even a single drop.
You're still blurred.
Oh, son of a...
Whoa! What's with the cat?
Oh, a lot of people are allergic to cats.
Okay, how the you do... Did you just... Okay, why the Okay, stop bleeping me out.
You might want to calm down.
Alright, what the is this? What the is this?
Dude, that's a little obscene even for us.
Your face is obscene.
Ha ha, very... My face!
Man, I need to get that tech for when we play a video we think might be copyrighted.
YouTube actually gives you the editing option of blurring faces and shit.
Dude, we could have fun with that.
Really?
I wonder if there's like a transparent blur thing like that we could put over content. Oh shit!
I'm sure. I mean, it would kind of defeat the purpose.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now, Teach. That just doesn't make any sense.
I love that sticker that's like government censorship is. It's like, and it's all blanked out.
Yeah, and what's the classic one? Oh, when YouTube first started out, they still have it out there. It's explaining copyright using nothing but Disney clips. But they do it, under fair use. See if you can find that real quick. You can have like a small taste of it. Everyone can go find it on their own if they want to watch the whole thing. Explaining copyright Disney. Should pop right up. This is like old school YouTube before I made videos.
Oh, okay. Well, one is from 13 years ago, and it has 14 million views.
Yeah, that's it. But no, go. It's literally about fair use, and it's nothing but.
It's
Disney
called
plays.
A Fair Use Tale.
Yeah, A Fair Use Tale.
That's it.
There you go. Look, look that up if you want to watch the whole thing. We'll just look at a taste of it here.
I also have a 14 million view video, by the way. I'll have everyone know.
Do you really?
Yeah. Of course, it's the one with Adam and Eve fucking in it, but so
See,
that tells me right there I should be doing porn.
I'm telling you, I told you, Dark Matter, with my intro, that's the only way it's going to work.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, so they give the fucking, copyright warning, obviously. I'm going to play. You remember when this used to change colors?
It'd be red.
Yeah, it would like cycle through the colors to get you to kind of pay attention, I guess, or whatever.
Has anyone ever gotten the $250,000 fine?
The following film is not associated with, authorized by, or should be confused with any product produced by. They wreck this shit.
Yeah, dude, are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure. This is they literally do it to prove a point about fair use. You'll see the way they do it.
No, I was just saying, just from that sound that plays while the Disney logo.
I mean,
goes
I'll fight it.
Oh man, that is old. We can only go to 240.
Copy.
Right.
What? Hey, what the heck is...
Copy.
Go right, to the right. It's that law that's the problem.
You know the law.
That stupid law. Hey, what the heck is...
Copy.
Right? I'll tell you.
Copy.
Right is permanently fixed.
The original work.
What? Permanently fixed.
The original work.
In,
You get the point. They do. They go through the entire explanation of what copyright law is and what fair use is and all that shit, using nothing but clips from fucking. Obviously, they cut it together.
A lot
heavily.
of fucking work.
Ton of work, but they had a point they wanted to prove, and they did it fantastically.
That is a lot of work.
Wow,
So the beginning, and quite honestly, the beginning is kind of harsh. There's a lot of repetitive. Skip like halfway through.
Our culture.
Thought that was long enough.
For copy.
Right.
Owner.
To
Make money?
From there.
work.
Oh.
After just 14.
Years that work
Fell into the
public domain.
So
Anyone could
use
that
work.
Dude, yeah, that's a lot of work.
A ton. And this is how long of a video?
10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes, 13 seconds.
10 minutes of this. Every fucking minute of this is like fucking 10 hours of fucking work. Ugh.
Yeah, at least. There's a cut every second, basically.
Anyway, watch the whole thing. It's fucking awesome if you've never seen it, and it's old school YouTube. Like Drew was showing you, it was 240p. Back in the day type shit.
That was like the max.
And someone did all that work back. That was back when like 25,000 subscribers was a ton. That's how old that.
Well, I mean,
5,000 would have been a lot back then.
DM puts a lot of work into his animations, and they're only like 240.
No.
Right?
No, well, the trick is if you make the shitty thing high definition, you can see exactly how shitty it is. That's the trick.
So we keep it around 480?
I mean, that's... Anytime we play a Dark Matter video, I want you to do it in the lowest quality offered. Unless we are featured in it. Unless we are featured in it somehow, then it's okay. Dark Matter, you need to come up with a couple of lines for Drew and I. It's been a minute.
Right. Oh, well, this
Not since the Dickin' for Chicken Festival.
that was pretty good.
That's what I was saying, man. It's like your side keeps complaining about cops, and then you fucking get a cop in as VP.
Yeah, but she's a black woman, so obviously she's not a bad cop.
Duh.
I'm not anti-cop.
Why do you hate black women so much, Dark Matter? Have you always been that way?
For real. Jesus.
I am objectively describing the situation.
It sounds like you were being objectively racist.
Yeah, that sounds like something a racist would say. I'm just objectively, look at
For real. He's like, I just happen to be blue-eyed and bald.
Are you making judgments about my immutable characteristics, TJ?
Oh no, you choose to be bald. We've had this discussion. You can grow hair.
Only on a little tiny bit on the sides and back.
And what do you do where that hair grows? What do you choose to do with that hair, Dark Matter?
It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
So
So you choose to shave your head.
I don't shave the top of my head. I don't have to.
I bet it feels good, Reich, when you're doing it. But
fuck.
But later on, man, we all see you. We see you. And that beard? Bro, who you trying to fool? Who you trying to fool, bro? You still got it right now?
Nazis don't have beards. They're clean shaven. Right?
Hitler had
Wait. I was going to say that you immediately thought that we were referring to Nazis. Bro. Is that, I guess, it hit home? It hit somewhere home? Because I wasn't talking about Nazis at all. You brought that up. I didn't say it.
Is this?
Well,
is this another picture we have of Dark Matter? I just Googled it, bearded Nazi, and there's this picture of Dark Matter.
Bro.
It's uncanny.
Can we really should stop setting ourselves up to be so easily... Like, anybody could be like, hey, you want to see the podcast? And they show 10 seconds of this, and it's like, oh, well, I guess
I
won't be watching that podcast.
Well, it's going to be hilarious is when they do this, and they're like, oh, well, maybe it's not all like this, and then they skip back and they catch the Streamlabs about pure blood.
Can somebody Photoshop him doing a yo-yo? So it's not racist anymore.
Well, here, we'll take
Photoshop a yo-yo on there. It'll be fantastic.
But check this one out. All right, it's a very identical picture, but the hair goes from his face to the top of his head, and now he's doing like a black power.
And then so his hair is receding heavily here. You would agree, Drew? And in the other picture, he has chosen to shave it off. And which one looks more menacing? The guy with the receding hairline? Hardly a threat. This man.
That's evil.
That is pure, like, I need to be petting Keanu with my face off screen to match that level of fucking evil.
It looks like this cop just barely ducked this guy's punch. Doesn't it?
Isn't this Anders Breivik? The guy that shot up the school in Norway and killed all those kids?
Is that him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
I thought he was...
Yeah, Norwegian mass murderer. Yeah.
Oh,
beautiful.
There you go. Dark Matter, you're in good company with a beard and a shaved head.
What were they asking him right there? Like, how fucking tall was the pile of bodies?
Sorry.
Jesus.
I just don't know what the is there an appropriate time to zig heil in court? Is there? I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I guess if you're about it, be about it. Let us all know. I would much rather know if I'm dealing with an actual Nazi. I'd rather you just salute right off the bat so I know what I'm dealing with.
Well, it's a beautiful thing about Trump supporters, man. Like, if you are like, if you have like a Trump sign in your yard or whatever, like I can't help but immediately think a little bit less of you. You might not be a complete idiot, but like there's something going on. I mean, and the same it's the lesser of two evils shit.
I was about to say
that's all anyone cares about. If they put a Biden one, their excuse is but Trump, and if they put a Trump one, they're like but Hillary or but Biden, and it's like such a fucking load of bullshit.
Yeah, I was just about to say though, if you're about to say with the people with the Biden thing in their yard, there aren't those people. They're basically just the people voting for Biden that are just like a fuck. God damn, I just hate Donald Trump.
Dude, it was the same for Hillary, but she was even more dislikable. Hillary is the only reason Trump is fucking president. They'd pick anyone the fuck else. Fucking Trump would have lost.
Trump, people who care enough to put the sign in their yard, actually, they want the candidate. They're not just compromising. They actually want that person. You know? That's what I think.
Which is, I don't know. It's like I said before, there are decent reasons to support Trump, but you have to at the same time admit the guy's a fucking moron that sticks his foot in his mouth constantly. And if you can at least do that, you've won over a good amount of respect back. Because don't tell me he's fucking like some kind of god king, and don't act like you want to see his family in office for fucking the next forever. And we can probably get along just fine. It's just a disagreement about like who should be in power. And with the options being so ridiculous, I can't really blame anyone for picking one or the other. But for me personally, I can't be like, this guy is so much better than that guy that I need to go out and fucking cast my vote. I will literally probably leave that fucking space blank and vote more local and state.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's what I do almost always.
Yeah,
and that's, by the way, Drew, how you make your state more like you want to see it, in my opinion. And it might take for fucking... I live in Florida. We're like the slowest about everything. They literally legalized medicinal marijuana, and on the same bill said, okay, but you can't smoke it. It's like, dude, we move so slow to get anything fucking done here. And by the way, Ron DeSantis, a Republican, was our current governor, was the one who said that that's ridiculous, and he got rid of that fucking stipulation. So, and kudos to him for that. By the way, Ron DeSantis holds almost identical views to Trump, but his delivery is so much more fucking smooth and professional that, like, I'm like, man, they should have fucking had DeSantis be fucking president, because it's the same exact fucking views, just done not stupidly. That's it.
The fear is that we're going to get someone who's like Trump, but competent, you know?
Yeah. Trump is such a fucking... That's what I'm saying. Like, if you had Republicans that were like... And DeSantis was fucking, president, right? And so it's all the same shit as Trump is doing. Exactly the same, just done professionally and being able to handle questions and reporters and not be like on Twitter being retarded and doing shit like that. And people were like, I love Ron DeSantis. I would be like, okay, I can't fault you for that. He's not a complete fucking moron. But it's not DeSantis, it's Trump, who is a complete fucking moron, and people are jumping in line to fucking get behind him and put the signs in their yards and fucking are excited to fucking go vote for this complete fucking idiot. And it is so, it's like disheartening and a little bit scary how fucking stupid people are and how quickly they'll literally... I know people that are really fucking poor, and they are like
100% on like receiving unemployment and fucking food stamps and shit like that, and they were like 100% on the Trump train. And I'm like, you're literally voting against your best interest, for whatever other political reasons have made you hate the Democrats so much that Trump seems so appealing to you, and that's sad. And when you hate the Republicans so much that like Hillary becomes appealing to you or Biden becomes appealing to you, that is also sad. It shouldn't be like, wow, this is so much like better. They are two sides of the same fucking dirty ass coin. And until we get away from this shit, we are fucking doomed. So please, just hold politicians accountable. I don't care how much of a fan you are. Like if you are a fan of a sports team, like let's say a football team, and the guy from your fucking team blatantly grabs the face mask of the opposing player and throws him to the ground using his face mask, and they throw a flag, you don't say like, "Oh, fuck that, bad call," because you're so on board with the team. You say, "Good call. He shouldn't have fucking done that. That's not how you play the game properly," right? That's called being a good fucking sport. Like when you play sports, how about being like having the same kind of ideology in fucking politics? Hold people accountable. Don't let them get away with bullshit because they have an R or a D next to their name, and fucking push for what you believe. I'm not saying you have to believe like me, but what I'm saying is the politicians that we're being offered don't believe like hardly any of us. So, and we're doing a disservice to the fucking population.
By the way, most of my opinions about Trump come from his own press conferences and his Twitter feed. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch.
Dude, Operation Make Trump Dumb. Step one: let Trump talk.
Yeah,
that's all you have to do. He fucking digs into his own hole. Biden has been so silent about so much because he doesn't have to say shit. Silence is better than the shit Trump says.
Yeah,
but Trump can't help himself.
And again, one of the things you said earlier about it being like dirty politics and stuff like that, it's smart. It's smart in the sense of like I think all the politics is dirty anyways, and what you do in politics is you play the hand that you're dealt and you play the smart move. Like I was telling Dark Matter,
you take advantage of idiots.
That last show that we were doing where you ended up dropping out the third hour and Dark Matter and I just kind of had like banner back and forth.
Yeah,
that was one of the things that I was saying then is like, dude, like that's brilliant strategy. Where if Biden is leading in the polls and we know Biden is a gaffe machine, they roll him in a fucking closet and like stay there till fucking November because this is working. And dude, I am 110%. I understand exactly why they do that. It's smart. Like you want to fucking win, don't you? Well, then that's what you do.
It's like when Dark Matter starts saying something that we want to turn into a Streamlabs. You don't stop him. You don't interrupt him. You let him fucking go on, and then you fucking make bank off it. And that's all fucking Biden has to do.
Never said anything stupid throughout every time this show has ever aired, and I have ever been on it. I have never once said anything stupid.
Okay, for everybody wondering, is there a show where I can easily look up where Dark Matter said something stupid? Look up our 5th anniversary show. Happened about 6 months ago, where Dark Matter drank before the show, showed up, fucked up, and the entire show was a mess and disaster. Our 5th anniversary.
All right, so your only examples that you're able to give is when I am extremely compromised.
Don't do that, Dark Matter. I just have too many examples. Don't do that.
That is obviously photoshopped. You could tell.
Don't play that game, sir.
Again, with the Photoshop.
We're going to make it small. Hold on. Oh, we need more?
Oh yeah, he's
Look at this. Look at this. Troll Jones says DM said he saw his mom's bush and something about ISIS.
Dude, the Bush story is fucking fantastic. I wish I could remember. Can somebody...
Excuse me. I was talking about George W. Bush.
No, okay? You were not. Can somebody please send me the timestamp from the episode where Dark Matter talks about looking his mom's bush in the face?
No, it was George W. I met George Bush and looked him in the face.
I thought I had like grabbed it, but I guess I didn't.
You thought you grabbed my mom's bush. Are you Trump now?
Yes, indeed. No, but the problem is I have like 100 timestamps written down. I forgot which one it is. If someone finds that for me, if you don't find it before the end of the show and you do find it afterwards, leave it in the comments. I'll come and check. I will turn that into a Streamlabs instantly. It will be fantastic.
All right, can we try for Last Nerve?
Dude, Troll Jones says it was the first episode I ever saw. It made me a subscriber.
I should be getting all that Troll Jones money. I haven't seen a dime.
I grabbed the 168. Look, he's already fucking got it. All right, timestamp. But give me the timestamped link. Oh, you
episode 168.
I don't know if he can leave a fucking link. Just leave the timestamped link, everything after youtube.com, and I will add the YouTube.
Yeah, just start from the /watch.
Yeah, from the /forward, and I'll do that. No, from the /forward, buddy, and we will add the rest.
All right, let's try this for. I hope this will make a good Last Nerve. This is Twats in a Mercedes really want a fucking Big Mac.
What?
Where's the McDonald's bosses? Where's their managers?
They're both handling here and it's illegal.
Okay, what country is this in?
I want to say it's England. They're definitely driving on the other side of the car, of the steering wheel is on the right side of the car. And then it's a Krispy Kreme in the background.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And this is a McDonald's they're trying to go through. They have multiple drive-through lines, and I guess they were trying to go through this one, and the people, like, because I watched, I think the whole thing, or nearly the whole thing, but essentially they saw someone else go through, and that was like the last customer before they closed that side, and she wanted to go, and when they said no, she is gonna get super irate about it.
Why don't they just let her then and just let her sit there? That's what I say.
What do you mean? Oh, well.
Infield. Isn't that a rifle?
What?
Enfield.
Oh yeah, I'm looking in the video for like no way they pull a rifle on.
Get back, bitch, or put a quarter pound of lead up your ass. You want fries with that?
Victor says I can't imagine getting that pissed over something so meaningless. Victor,
bro, they are being supersized bitches right now,
dude. If you're drunk and you are out at night, and goddamn that fucking what is she going for? A Big Mac? That Big Mac, it's just gonna hit the spot, bro. You will murder.
Just go through the correct drive-through. That's all you have to do. Hey, they closed this one. Oops, I'll go around. Not a big deal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was the UK.
Oh my god. Over a Big Mac?
Now, this is the manager. He said, I'm not serving you. Fuck out of here.
You're just being rude! Just go away! You're being rude! Go away!
They're not sure who she's talking to. She's obviously talking to the twats in the Mercedes.
God.
I only called them twats because they sound English. Right, pip pip cheerio. Give me a Big Mac and throw another shrimp on the barbie.
This is how America subverts English society
with McDonald's.
Right?
Yeah,
it's all our fault.
They're smart enough to have German engineering for their car, but then they go to fucking McDonald's for their fucking food. Listen here, you nugget. Right? I think you got a bit too much of the old sweet and sour going on here.
Do they call them fries on the menu, or are they called chips?
I don't think our fries is nearly as salty as you are. I can't. I'm done. I'm sorry. That was a pretty good McFlurry of puns there. Bro.
I guess people in England are for real about their fucking Mickey D's.
Bro. Chips. Of course I want McDonald's. Have you ever eaten Burger King? Fucking terrible.
But at least Burger King respects the monarchy.
Yes. Should be Burger Queen if you ask me.
No, Dairy Queen is the rightful queen.
What? No, not me. Him. He started this shit. I didn't start this shit.
You're going to prison.
Please go to prison. Oh.
Prison. Oi, governor.
No one deserves to be treated like that.
At least the letters are in red, white, and blue.
They tried to charge me £6 for a fucking Big Mac. These fucking twats.
I had to take my go all the way back to my flat without my chips and take the lift all the way back up to my flat.
Last time I ate this place, I was stuck in the loo for an hour.
Charged me £6 man.
Six quid for a fucking little sandwich like that.
Getting progressively.
Yeah, it's like the Cockney, almost like Brad Pitt from fucking Snatch. You like dags?
This kid turned slowly morphing into Cockney
Dude,
puss.
if you've never watched Snatch, that is a absolutely fantastic movie that you should watch. But Brad Pitt, like his fucking gypsy, like is fantastic. He is like if I had never seen him in another movie, I would have believed he really talked like that. Really, really well done. Totally believable. Courtney, right? Pip, pip, cheerio. Oi, governor. Let's have a Big Mac. You twat.
You twat. That is the show, guys.
That is the show. Your last nerve was a Big Mac.
Ending on an intellectual note.
We're having a big twat attack. Dark Matter, you ever had a big twat attack?
TJ, it would be physically impossible for a woman's P word to physically assault me and actually compromise my health in that manner. And if a woman could do that,
whores. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
Okay, I see where the intellectual discourse is on this particular podcast. I'm well aware that I should not be associating with this podcast any longer. This is disrespectful to me.
I'll tell you, if anyone's got like a tiny chair to make them look normal size, it's Ben fucking Shapiro. I'm pretty sure that guy stands on a milk crate when he's fucking giving speeches. He seems so teeny tiny.
He swears he is 5'9", but everybody gives him shit. Like he has a picture with like him and Ted Cruz, and Ted Cruz is like 5'10", and he looks like 3 or 4 inches taller than Ben Shapiro.
Poor little guy. Oh, it's whatever. It's okay. All right, thank you guys for showing up to the show. We really appreciate it. Again, thank you for your support in these tough times. If you do jump in on the Patreon after you see this uploaded to YouTube. Oh, and real quick, I've heard some complaints that the 3-hour show, only 2 hours of it show up for like 3 days. So if you're seeing this after right after it's uploaded, apparently not from mobile, but only from PC. So if you're on PC and it might take 3 days for the first hour to show up, which is kind of crazy. But we don't know if that's going to be a permanent thing. YouTube did that in the past, and then they kind of fixed it, and now it seems like it's happening again. So I apologize if you have to wait 3 days, and we really appreciate it if you take the time to come back and actually watch the first hour or whatever. But I totally understand if it's a pain in the ass. I don't know what we can do about it. I don't think we can cut the show into like 2 90-minute segments. I mean, I guess we could to help the upload process, but I mean, what a pain in the ass to switch over halfway. So we'll see how it goes. We'll keep an eye on it. I apologize if you have to wait a few days for it to show up. Try on mobile. It usually works on mobile a lot quicker for whatever fucking reason. We apologize. It's not our fault. We try and give you a full 3-hour show every week. Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you again for the support. Dark Matter, thank you for joining us. Drew, excellent show. Mwah. We will see you motherfuckers next Tuesday.
Later.
Good night.
Bye-bye. We love you. God loves you. He really does. Bye-bye for today. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye for today.
Bye-bye. We love you.